Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. In today's video, and stream, should I say, we're going to run through my deadline. I've completely messed up that intro. I was doing it like I was filming a normal video. Welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are here ahead of the Matchday 2 deadline. The deadline, of course, being 5 o'clock UK time, and there is still a lot to be decided. I'm looking at -3s, I'm looking at -6s, potentially even a -9 as well. We've got the 12th man that is going to be active for this game week as well. And again, I'm still not 100% confirmed in who I'm going to go for that chip either, because like I said, it's all dependent on what we do with the side. As you can see, not the best game week. We'll run through how we got on in match day 1 to start us off with. We got 92 points, right? And to be honest, I did feel a little bit disappointed. It gives us a rank of 215,000. Not the best, not the worst, right? But here's my thinking with this one. I've been looking around at some of my other mini leagues, and the people that are top of these mini leagues have played their 12th man. You know, they've got it on a Kane, they've got it on a Messi or someone like that. And I'm just thinking, if I'd have also played my 12th man, I would have been right up there with these guys. So I think, you know, maybe, like I said, I'm potentially being a little bit too harsh on the team. It did all right. As you can see, we only had, what, 2 blanks? 3 blanks if you count the goalkeeper, but 2 outfield blanks. Not the worst in the world. We still got a decent captaincy haul as well. So I definitely think it was a fairly mid start, but honestly, yeah, it could have been so much better. There definitely was quite a few sloppy defensive mistakes that could have led to some nice defenders getting a 9 bonus, but it is what it is ultimately, isn't it? Unfortunately. Heading into this week then, this is the current team we've got. This is not going to remain the current team. We'll be running through how this team is going to look like in a second. But let's talk to you guys in the chat. Already over 100 of you in the chat. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit subscribe. It is massively appreciated. We hit 30k in the last stream, which was unbelievable. And your support, honestly, on that stream was legendary. I can't thank you enough. We had like 1.3k people in here as well, hitting the 30k subscriber mark as well. It was just unbelievable. Let's see if we can try and obviously replicate those numbers today. I don't think we will. I think obviously they'll be down a little bit. But if you do enjoy the content, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't already, that's how you get yourself involved in the chat as well. And yeah, let's just see where we can get today's stream up to in terms of views. If we can get the big 1k views again, oh my, what a stream this potentially could be. Looking in the chat then, lots of people saying hello. Hope you're all doing good. Estupinian versus Ecuador, playing or not? I probably don't think he'll play again, but I could be wrong on that one. Hello, thoughts on Marmoush and Salah? Again, both nice options given a great fixture, but ultimately I do feel like there's better forwards and better premium options to consider this week ahead of them. 12th man, Elise, Kane, Messi, have Mbappe and Vinny. I think for me then, I probably would look to go, if you really think France are going to dominate that game, go with Elise because you're going to captain Mbappe anyway. Or if you're looking to obviously differentiate yourself a little bit, maybe look at a Kane and a Messi, because again, all 3 of the names you have listed there have the ability to go off pretty big this game week as well. Vinny 12th man, I don't mind that either. Yeah, the way that Colombia conceded was pretty terrible, to be honest. Yamal or Vinny as your 12th man. I ultimately think it depends where you are going to have, like, you know, players in place ultimately, like for captaincy and stuff like that. That's ultimately what the deciding factors for me are going to be, and obviously team structure and stuff like that. Kane or Messi this week? I personally think I would go Kane. I just think it's a better fixture. Yes, this stream is going to be going until about 5 o'clock. We'll be all the way up until the deadline. The Portuguese killed me. Yeah, a lot of the big sides have been unfortunately disappointing, haven't they? I took a -6 for Ferran Torres, Musiala, Vert, and Vidma, to Kufal, Vinny, Tielemans, and Enna Valencia. I don't mind that. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Hey, Tom, what is your final team? We'll run through some of the potential players that I could be looking to bring in a second. I thought we'd have a little run through of the chat nice and early. New Zealand, the worst ranking, but we aren't talking about Salah or Marmoush. Salah is under 5% and on all set pieces. Look, I like Salah, and there has been a draft that I've been doing in the Discord where I've had Mohamed Salah in. The problem is There's so many good midfielders this week, isn't there? You know, you've got Vinny Jr., Elise, both with excellent fixtures. You've got Yamal, again, another cracking fixture. You're not going to take Bruno Fernandes out against Uzbekistan either. Then you've got Kane, you've got Messi, you've got Mbappe. Oyazabal still has a pretty nice fixture as well this game week, and definitely worth, you know, giving potentially another opportunity to as well. So there are just so many high quality picks that unfortunately I think just Salah and Marmoush just don't quite get in there. But it's not saying they're bad picks. And 100%, if you feel that they're going to outperform some of these bigger characters, go for it. By all means, go for it. And Salah with scouting bonus could be absolutely mega. My model is a big fan of him this game week. I think it was like he was 9th or 10th for projected points this game week. So, albeit, go for it. Boom. Raphinha injury reports. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a big one today. The updates that we've got is he's got blisters on his feet. That's what's kept him out of team training. Apparently, though, he's now back in team training, so looks okay, looks fine for that aspect. The other problem is they've been kind of messing around with like a 4-2-4 formation that doesn't feature Raphinha. It just hasn't had Raphinha in. So that is the other thing. But again, is that because then he's not been in training because of the blisters? Like, there's so much going off with that one. A lot of people in Brazil as well do not like him for some reason. I have no idea why. They just don't like Raphinha. So maybe, again, there might be something more in that. Personally, for me, I think if you've got the money in the bank, go and buy Vinny Jr. rather than Raphinha. If you've got him, I feel like he might be worth holding unless we get any sort of news regarding it. Otherwise, it's gonna be difficult, isn't it? I have some drafts where I take him out. We'll run through those in a second. I have some drafts where I keep him in. Ultimately, I would love him to be confirmed playing because it is such a great fixture with some of the best projected goals. But we'll have to wait and see, like I said. I have Rocher and he isn't starting. I'm already planning to take a -3. Should I take a -6 to get the Japanese goalkeeper in? Uh, I think I would be more tempted with the like Ecuador goalkeeper. I think they've just got such great clean sheet odds this game week. I know they scored against Germany, but I think they're at like a 69% probability of a clean sheet. Like, yeah, I personally would go for it. Japanese players, again, there are some great ones to really be considering. Dohan as a defensive pick is where I think, you know, people should be looking. I think the problem is ultimately, I feel like if we're going to bring any differentials in, it's probably going to be in the back line. But I feel like so many of us want to ship out our German players and bring in, obviously, Mbappe's, Elise's, Kane's, and Messi's, like all these big premiums that we want to give the armband to, rather than looking at some more kind of, you know, differential Japan players. That's ultimately what I think's happening right now. It's not to say, again, that the Japan players aren't bad or can't do well. We've seen, you know, some players that haven't really been spoke about do exceptionally well in this tournament, but it's unfortunately just the way I think this game goes. There's just so many players that ultimately there are going to be one or two names you are just going to miss out on naturally, unfortunately. So it just is what it is. What do you think about Doan, Yebon, Yamal, and Messi instead of Sanchez, Bruno, Wirtz, and Oyazabal? The thing with Bruno and Oyazabal is, right, they've both, again, got great fixtures this game week. Both were pretty poor in match day one, but, like, it's only one game week, right? Oyazabal, usually for Spain, is a very, very good player. Bruno Fernandes as well is also a very, very good player. Like, they've just had one bad game where their team didn't perform. I think in the case of Spain as well, Oyazabal got in the right positions, just looked a little bit off it. Now, if they start putting in Williams and Yamal back into that side, maybe that makes that attack completely tick, and Oyazabal becomes just one of those players you go, oh, okay, we've got to have him again. Like, I could very easily see that happen in this game week. Just because of one bad game week's performance, I don't think it's going to make him ultimately a terrible pick, in my personal opinion. Matcha Mills in the chat. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're enjoying your lunch break. Hope you got your team all locked and loaded and ready to go as well. I think Doku and Bellingham could explode next games. Personally, for me, I'm not the biggest fan of Jeremy Doku. He was very frustrating to watch the other night. I again, probably wouldn't even look to go anywhere near Jeremy Doku, in my opinion. Bellingham, though, I did like the look of last night. I thought he looked pretty decent and getting in some good places. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying today's stream, we're over 200 people already within the chat. Make sure you are hitting that like button. Let's see if we can get up to 50 likes nice and early on today's stream. It would be greatly appreciated. So as always, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button as well. Let's see if we can get up to 31k before the deadline tonight. I have not got my team ready. Get your team ready. Send it me on WhatsApp if you need me to take a look at anything. But you know the boys now. You're the best fantasy manager going. You're the best fantasy manager going. You're probably already beating me as well. At this game. Wouldn't shock me. Oh mate, I hate Jeremy Doku. He is terrible. He's terrible. Will Theo Hernandez start? Apparently, yes. Looking at all the predictions, it looks likely that he will start. However, something I have noticed in previous World Cups is they do rotate quite a bit. Him and Digne do usually rotate games a little bit. But again, from everything we've seen so far, looks likely to start. Kane or Elise, 12th man. I feel if you've got Mbappe, you go Elise there for the 12th man, right? Thoughts on Wirtz, Musiala, and Haaland out for Vinny, Elise, and Valencia. Great moves. Really like them. Yeah. They didn't go off last night. No. Bloody Colombia letting us down. Idiots. Can't decide between Messi and Vinny Jr. for the 12th man. My thought is Messi because I have Raphinha to cover the Brazil against Haiti. You do. But one of the reasons I'm looking to potentially bring in Vinicius is because, again, if there is any sort of doubts with Raphinha, that I've at least got a captaincy option within that game. That's kind of where my head is at with the with bringing Vinny in. Is it at least gives me some sort of coverage in terms of captaincy for the Brazil game, because I would want to have a player that I can obviously captain. Let's start running through some of the changes then that I'm thinking about making this game week. Then let's take a look at some of these then. So Haaland is definitely going to be a player we want to remove within the side. Same goes with Wirtz. Same goes with Musiala. Those are going to be the three kind of problem players. I think everybody else is going to be fine. I'm not realistically going to touch the defense. A lot of them have great fixtures again. And Goy, Oliviera, both my goalkeepers have decent fixtures. I'm not optimistic about the Norway one, but again, you never know. He was quite attacking, got himself an assist, could have got some other goal involvements as well, so I don't mind that one. Kimmich as well, everything that he offers for that Germany side, he's still a decent pick for this game week, ultimately, isn't he? So these are kind of the transfer thoughts and the transfer plans that I've got then. So, like I said, those are going to be the three players we're going to look to get out, and that does require us all already to take a -3. Now, the options that I'm running through my head is we go and get Enner Valencia, we go and get Michael Elise, like that, and we get Vinny. Now, Vinny here can become... Actually, we can go and get Yamal in here. We can actually go and get Yamal. I forgot we could do that. We've got enough money to do that. Yeah. So we would get Yamal in here like that, right? That would be our team. That would cost me a -3 to go and obviously make all that happen. Elise then would be our 12th man pick. Okay, that would be the play that we would go for there. Okay, I don't mind that. I think that's a pretty decent setup for a -3. The problem I've got is, again, the doubts around Raphinha, doubts around Yamal maybe starting as well. So I'm not overly optimistic with that one. The other route that we could do, if there's any sort of doubt on Raphinha, is one that I really like here, and one that I am thinking about is just going for Elise. It's a -6, and then we go and pick up like a Harry Kane or a Messi on the 12th man. I do like the look of that. I think that could be pretty decent, to be honest, heading into this game week. So yeah, that's kind of where my head is at. Like, ultimately, like I said, a lot of the moves are kind of all moving parts, dependent on team news, dependent on obviously players, you know, captaincy potential as well within my side and where I want to give them the armband to. Again, there's some more scenarios that we have worked through as well. If we reset this again, Kane becomes Haaland. So not Kane becomes Haaland, the other way around. Haaland becomes Kane. That then gives me enough money to go Musiala to Elise, like so. And then we go and pick up either Vinny Jr. or Yamal on the 12th man. Don't hate that as a potential play either. That's not the worst idea in the world. Again, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I think it's pretty good. Or what we could do here is if Raphinha is out, let's say Raphinha is out of this game. What did I have to do for this one? I can't remember. There was something I had to do. I can't remember. I think I can't remember the full route of this that I've mapped out in my head. Anyway, right, let's say Raphinha is out of this game. What we would then do is go for Enna Valencia. Did I run through this one already? Yamal and Vinny Jr. And then go and get Kane or Messi on the 12th man. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, Rodriguez didn't look great last night. And there is some contention to maybe look to move him on. We have got a little bit of money in the bank, but he's still a penalty set piece taker. It doesn't feel like the wisest move to go and move him on. Like there isn't anybody that I'm absolutely dying to go and pick up within that squad right there. There is also a route where I can go and potentially go and get a Yazabal out as well. So if we did that, we would have, how much have we got in the bank here for this one? 10.2. So we could also go and look at something like this. Messi in here. Yamal on the 12th man, potentially. Like, that's also a route we could look at. But then I've got absolutely no coverage in the Spain game, is the only concern then I would have. So, yeah, that's, like I said, I'm still really unsure where to really go with it. Yeah, I'm still really unsure what is the best route and the best course of action, to be honest. I'm open to suggestions, obviously, heading into this. So, but yeah, that's kind of where my head is at right now. I think you could keep Ronaldo. Look, again, he didn't look great, but the fixture is so delightful against Uzbekistan. Like, we could have a situation where all the players that, we expected to return in match day 1, all of a sudden return in match day 2, because they're still good players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Raphinha, for example. Like, they're all very, very good, very big players that we've picked for an obvious reason. And ultimately, they could still do very, very well. They could all still do very, very well. How comes I'm streaming this early from the deadline? We always stream this early. We like to get in nice and early. Give you guys as much opportunities to ask as many questions as you want. The deadline is at 5 today. The deadline is at 5. Yeah, I'm going to be sticking with Vasquez and Wolfer. Unfortunately, we've got like a lot of other issues I want to kind of address with this side, so they don't become priorities ultimately. Both qualify for scouting bonus as well, and as we've seen, not all sides like get clean sheets pretty easy, do they? So yeah, it's one of those. Bro, please do not spam in the chat. I've seen you put the same question about 5 times. If you continue to spam, you will be ejected. We'll get around to people's questions as and when, okay? Haaland, Enna Valencia, or Yozabal, Messi, or Kane? Tell me 2. I mean, 2? It's difficult, isn't it? I think Enna Valencia is a great pickup this game week. Qualifies for scouting bonus. Such a great enabling player as well, and really does allow you to go and bring in some very, very nice options. So I think he's definitely one of them. But again, it's all team dependent, isn't it, really? Very team dependent. Do you expect any team news? We might get something on Raphinha. I feel like he's the one we're waiting for ultimately, isn't it? Yeah, it's Raphinha. Oh, right, yeah, let me make you a mod, Abby. Let me make you a mod. I wonder why your little mod logo had disappeared. There you go. I've added you as a mod. I've added you as a mod. Messi, what was that one? Messi or Kane? Vinny or Elise? I feel like, but honestly, both are great options. But I feel if you've already got Kylian, you're probably going to end up with Vinny, right? I've got Vinny as my 12th man. Yeah, I think that's decent. What do I think about Messi? Yeah, look, we all underestimated Messi, didn't we? Really, we we massively underestimated him in match day one, and he proved why he's the GOAT, didn't he? Ultimately. What do you think about Suarez for Valencia? Like that move a lot. Enna Valencia, by the way, guys, is going to be a great pickup, especially if you're really stretched for budget this game week. He comes in at 5.9 million, currently under 1% selected as well. Takes free kicks, takes some corners, takes penalties as well for this Ecuador side, who again are one of the leading sides for projected goals for this game week as well. So ultimately, he is just going to be a fantastic pickup this game week as well. Maybe it was just match day one. I feel like teams will probably figure each other out a little bit better in match day two. We might actually get a case where potentially, everyone's had a go at looking at each other, see the way that they're going to play, see the ways that, certain teams that we probably underestimated a little bit are going to set up. I'm actually going to make a bold prediction. I think there'll be more clean sheets in match day two than there was in match day one. I think teams that had bad performances will start to figure things out defensively a little bit more. And I also think as well, we will see other sides start to realize, okay, this is how this team plays. These are going to be the key men. Not that they already didn't do the scouting on that, but I feel like some European oppositions definitely undervalued their opponents. So for me, I think we probably will get more clean sheets. It's a bold assumption, but we didn't get many in match day one. I think people will just be a little bit more kind of adapted to the situations in terms of climate and altitude. And I think as well, we'll probably, like I said, have more teams figured out their style, their system, their key players. So I think we'll probably get more clean sheets in match day two. That's just a bold prediction, but we're going for it. Enna Valencia now at 1.5. Oh, we've actually cooked him. We've actually cooked him. I've recommended him too many videos. Oh no, we're gonna have to take him out. I'm gonna have to hide him, aren't I? I'm gonna have to hide him. Let me put Kane. Let me put Kane in there. We're going to actually have to hide Enna Valencia, otherwise he's creeping over 5%. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Pulisic or Chananoglu? I would go Pulisic. America looked great in the first game, didn't they? Elise in for Wirtz and Raphinha for Bruno. Worth. I personally wouldn't be taking out Bruno Fernandes. Look, they've got a great fixture against Uzbekistan. I know he wasn't great in match day one, but he's still a very good option to realistically be considering heading into match day two. It's 1.5 for now, but you're going to have loads of people like cramming in on the deadline. And if we're all bringing him in, oh God, yeah, it's going to be chaos. And Goy ain't going to be on the bench. Actually had an all right game in match day one. And again, from all the predictions I've seen, Ngoy is in the starting 11. He looks okay. Yeah, again, looks okay. Like the Ecuador do have some cheap midfielders that you could consider this game week as well. Dohan, yeah, I think he's pretty nailed. I personally wouldn't look at any German midfielders or anybody from Germany. I feel like we had their opportunity last game week. So for me, you're probably better looking at Brazilian players, French players, Portuguese again, some England players maybe as well, ahead of the German ones. How many hits would you take before considering a wild card? Good question. I think anything above a -12 is probably wild card worthy. I think below that, you can very easily pull things back a little bit, can't you, really? Who is the best midfielder from Canada and the Czech Republic? That is a good question. I like that. I don't think there's anybody that I would personally look at from Canada. There is Sulic from the Czech Republic is probably the one I would look at from them. I think he's probably the the one I would potentially consider there. Seems like a pretty decent option to consider. Or I think there's like Valich as well, also pretty decent. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Valich. Yeah. Is KDB a good option? Yeah, I like KDB. Good fixture for Belgium. Again, set pieces. If Lukaku's not on the pitch, probably has penalties as well. So yeah, a really decent option to consider. I am right. There is someone in my side. There is someone that is keeps pushing his way in, and I don't know if I'm being dumb, but every time I look at certain stuff, I am leaning towards one player, right? Let's revert these guys here. Let's revert these. So Valencia, and someone asked me about it, but I can't get him out of my head because he keeps popping up on my model. I've seen him on other models as well. And it's going to be Mohamed Salah, guys. It's going to be Mohamed Salah. I think obviously we go Vinny as like the 12th man. But like Mohamed Salah, does he work his way in here? Does he actually work his way in here? One to ponder. One to ponder, maybe. I'll try and keep you posted. Any sort of news we get regarding Raphinha and Yamal. I'll keep having a look on social, see what we get. But yeah, we'll have a look. Would you do a -12 Rocher, Reyes, Sabitzer, Rice, Verts, and a Yozabal to Kripu, Kof, Sufal, Yamal, Vinny? I don't necessarily think Rice needs to come out. I actually don't mind Rice. I think he's a pretty all right, good one. The model doesn't watch football. It doesn't, but the model has, very, very good data to back it up, and sometimes data can outperform things. How easy, by the way? Okay, we've got 8.6 million. If I go for or those 9.4, that is gutting. That is gutting. Who's the guy from Canada? Or we look at, oh my god, what's his name? Where's Egypt when you need them? Honey. Okay. Oh, we're just a little bit off. Just a little bit off there, being able to go and get Vinny Jr., which is so annoying. It's so annoying, ultimately. That would have been perfect, wouldn't it? That would have been perfect. I would have been very happy with a -9 there if that was the case. Yeah, I'd have been extremely happy there if we could have got Vinny Jr. in there. That would have been unreal. But unfortunately we can't. We're a little bit short of the budget. So yeah, it's not going to be possible. A -12. I can't take a -12, can I? Yeah, I can't take a -12, can I? That is annoying. That is annoying that we're just short of that. That is very annoying. Annoying. What is the cheapest defender, by the way, in the game? Okay. I can't select defender. Come on. What is the cheapest defender? 3.5, yeah. So we can't do it. That is annoying. That is so annoying. That is very annoying. Because I don't really want to take like a -12 to make all this happen. Let's just weigh it up. Let's just weigh it up. Okay, so we got Hanny. And then we got... Or we take out Kimmich. That's the other way we do this, is we take out Kimmich. Now, I don't think it's a terrible fixture, but we could take out Kimmich. And if I went for... I mean, we can go for Hanny, can't we? We can go for Hincape. Would that give us enough? No, even shorter. So we got to go like down to Ordos. Joel Ordos. Oh, my goodness gracious me. All right. We might have found something I really like the look of here. That for a -9, I don't hate it. I really, really don't hate it. I don't know what you guys think. That for a -9 can be built. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. That is not terrible. I don't hate that. By the way, guys, we are doing team reviews as always in my Discord. If you want to get yourself involved with that as well, there is a link in the description to it. That's where we will be doing all of our team reviews and everything like that. And yeah, get yourself involved in there. New Zealand didn't look terrible, but it's penalties, everything else that goes with Salah as well. Vinny as 12th man, yeah, would be the play here. Vinny as 12th man. Oh, it's not terrible, you know. It's not terrible. Why do I want to sell my German midfielders? They're not bad picks, and Ivory Coast isn't a terrible fixture. They're all just better fixtures for better projected goals this week as well that you want to be ultimately targeting. So that's why. Ask the coin. Ask the coin. Yeah, I'll put the Discord link in the chat for you guys. Let me get the link for you guys so you can get yourself involved in that. By the way, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you're hitting that like button. Let's see if we can get today's stream up to 100 likes. And yeah, we'll run through it. Can you pull the predicted goals graph again, please, lad? Yeah, if you want to come and get involved with that as well, that is also available for you to have a look at any time in the FPL Cartel Discord group. I will check if I've got them on screen. I might have them around in the back of thingy as well. So I'll have a look here. Please don't spam or you will be ejected. Yeah, he's spamming. Don't spam, guys. Come on. Don't spam. Any chance France rotate their attackers? I think the ones that could be rotated would be like Desiree Doué. It would probably be like Barcola coming in potentially as well. Dembele as well could also go. Thoughts on De Bruyne? Yeah, I like De Bruyne. Who do I think we replace Wirtz with? Elise, Vinny Jr., Yamal, Salah, Raphinha, any of those guys. All worth a decent little bet. Soufal, yeah, I like the look of Soufal. I think with how set piece orientated that Czech Republic side are as well, I think that makes sense. It gives you another goalkeeper, I guess. It's one of those, isn't it? Probably not going to be worth the -12 if you've got another goalkeeper playing. Hmm. Can't even find Kimmich for this week. Let me have a look. It would be Kane or Vinny Jr. as the 12th man with this side. Yeah, it would be Kane or Vinny Jr. for the 12th man. Gaming's on 4.8. Is a -6 a -9 too much? No, this draft on screen right now is a -9, by the way. Yeah, this would be a -9. A little bit. I am probably a little bit worried about that. Mate, I'm not ruling it out. I'm not ruling Salah out. This is just like a -9 wacky option. I don't know if we're gonna go for it. But it is very, very tempting, to be honest, is the -9 route here. I mean, Salah could become Vinny there, and then we can go and get Kane on like the 12th man. So yeah, that's also the option. Hope you're doing good as well, man. Seeing you've been making World Cup content as well. Is there a deadline stream on TikTok today? Raphinha, Havertz, Enna Valencia, or Vinny, Enna, and Suarez from Colombia? Probably option 2. I think probably 2. 12-man Kane, Salah, or Yamal. I think you're probably looking at realistically Kane or Yamal. I mean, Salah is a nice option, but he is very differential. What's his ownership at? He's still under 5, right? He's still under 5%. Yeah, 4.5% for Mohamed Salah. What am I doing? What am I doing with Salah in my team? Salah in the team. Oh, dearie me. Would you do Spitzer to... Yes, I probably would. 12-man Havertz, definitely not this week. Yamal's minutes are definitely not guaranteed. Any stretch of the imagination there, guys, by the way. Yeah, nowhere near guaranteed minutes. Yeah, Kane we can go and pick up as the 12th man. Kane or Vinny, like... Yeah. Oh, lovely, man. Great stuff. Great stuff. Unfortunately, I'll be going till like 5. Like I'll be doing the full shebang today. Otherwise, I would have come and dropped in. But yeah, if you are looking for an alternative stream, make sure you're going and checking out FPL Morgs' stream. Great guy, makes good content. We'll have you covered. Wildcard will be used next game week. And the reason that we're going to save the wildcard, and I've had a few people ask me questions about this, is we will save the wildcard because there is just going to be so much rotation that I think I want a completely new 15 to target the best fixtures as well for those games as well. So that's for me why I'm going to use the wildcard in 15 instead. So in 13, sorry. Again, it's going to probably be a completely new 15, targeting the best players, targeting the best fixtures there. Then we get to reset our side. There's going to be a lot of rotation. Like if, for example, France win, they're going to rotate. England win. England are rotating as well. Like there is just going to be quite a bit of rotation that will naturally occur off the back of that. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I do just think for me personally though that the projected goal numbers for Colombia like really do need to be taken seriously. So yeah, that's how I would look at it. Ooh. A Yozabal and Verts to Valencia and Elise. Don't mind it. Eden Hazard, throwback there, throwback. Vinny, 12th man, got Mbappe, Elise, Haaland. Yeah, that looks like decent. Or Kane, or Kane. Oh, yeah, man. Definitely, definitely. Drop me a message. Always game, man. Always game. Yeah, let me know. One transfer left. Would you sooner get rid of Haaland or Doku? Probably Haaland. If you want to get your team reviewed by me, you can get them done in the FPL Cartel Discord. There is a deadline section within our stream. It's literally marked deadline. You can get yourself involved there. That is where you can, like I said, leave your team. We'll take a look at it on stream in today's stream as well. So, yeah, that's the place. That's the venue. I personally would be looking at like Ecuador players, Canada players. These are the sides that are going to definitely get some scouting bonus, in my opinion. I'm in my mini league of 4 friends. I have 12 man used and got 96 points and leading by 4 points. I'm thinking of doing a minus free transfers and doing a -3, doing max cap. For me personally, I would recommend doing max cap later on in the tournament. You've got the ability to change captain and keep chasing captaincy hauls. Max captain is probably better used in the semi-final or final because we're only going to have 2 games to look at. So it's going to be a lot harder to make sure you nail captaincy down. So for me, I would suggest playing the max captain further down the line. Thoughts on Elise or Kane as the 12th man? Already got Vinny and Mbappe. Yeah, again, both great shouts. It's just depending who you think is going to do the better out of the two. I probably would say maybe Kane, but again, Elise looked very, very sharp in match day 1, didn't he? Who do you like more to keep in match day 2, Verts or James? I think just James because of penalties. I know he didn't look exceptionally good last night, but still, penalties is always going to be something I would personally go for. Will get scouting bonus again as well. Again, I'm not confident either of them start, so I probably would look to switch them out. Yeah. I'm not confirming this lineup. Like I said, it's still a long way to go. We'll still be having players around. We might get potentially more news as well. How much money have we got in the bank with this? 0.2. I'm trying to see if there's a way that we've got 0.2 in the bank. I'm trying to see if there's a way where I could get Vinicius in here as well. rather than Elise, we get Vinny and then have 12th man Kane or Elise. Lots to ponder on here, isn't there? Lots to ponder on. Yeah, Mbappe starts. Mbappe starts. We've had some teams sent in for review, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of those. Like I said, if you want to get yourself involved, we will be doing team reviews throughout today's deadline stream in my Discord server. All you have to do is come to the deadline section, as you can see on screen right now, and this is where people are leaving their teams. It's your boy 065 says, can you think of the best players for me to get in, considering the predicted lineups Abby sent in from X? Can you guys see that? All right. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Nyland, Rodriguez, Sanchez. Yeah, you're probably going to be looking to offload Sanchez. Musiala probably goes. Wirtz probably goes. Haaland probably goes. So you're looking at what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So a -6 here. Again, you've got a little bit of money in the bank. Haaland to Valencia can be very easily done. You can then pick up a Yamal, Vinny Jr., and Sanchez can become, like I said, like somebody from Egypt, Hani for 3.6. That could be a decent bet to maybe have a look at. You've also got the Canadian defender at 3.5 who could be worth a look at. Some Uruguay cheap defenders as well. Some other different Canada defenders if those ones don't tickle your pickle as well. And you could very easily get yourself in like, a Vinny, a Yamal, Elise potentially in here, and then pick one of the other ones up as the 12-man option. So yeah, that's probably what I would look to go for. We've had a super chat. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. By the way, mate, if you want to get yourself involved in the cartel, that is probably a cheaper way of asking me questions if you want. Like, I appreciate the donations, and I know you do quite a lot, but honestly, get yourself involved in the cartel. For the price you're paying for the donations, you can have a whole month's worth of advice from me. So I would recommend getting yourself involved in there. You get your team reviewed live on stream as well. So yeah, I'm just trying to like save you a little bit of money, a cheaper way of doing it. Honestly, that is the better way. But still, I appreciate all the super chats that we do get as well. So thank you very much, guys. I have Wirtz, Somerville, Bruno, Raphinha, De Bruyne in midfield. Who should I take out to upgrade? I've got one more transfer. Probably Somerville would be the one that would go out of all those names you've listed there. I think everybody else would still be fine to hold on to this week. Somerville, yeah, I'm not sure how much he is, but he would probably be the one I would look to get rid of. Some Japan players could be maybe worth having a look at. As some differentials in there, some Ecuador midfielders as well for scouting bonus. Those could also be a decent bet as well. But yeah, mate, get yourself involved in the FPL Cartel Discord. Like I said, it just works out cheaper, and you can, like I said, get your team reviewed constantly for a month rather than just like, I know you're in here pretty frequently, and like I said, I'm grateful for the donations, but I'm just trying to save you a bit of money here. Yes, the deadline is at 5 p.m. today. I mean, Uruguay probably should have kept a clean sheet in match day 1. I mean, Muslera decided he just didn't want to have hands for that game. So yeah, that's the best way to do it. Cool. Looks like we've had a few more teams sent in. So yeah, we'll take a look at those. What surgery would you do? Oh, okay. Ooh, I think Estupinian probably goes because of the uncertainties. Brahim Diaz is a good shout. I like that for this week. So yeah, Haaland probably goes. Wirtz probably goes. Estupinian probably goes, right? That's probably what I would look at for a -3. I'm guessing you've got the 12-man active, like ready to go as well. So Haaland to Enna Valencia, or like I think a player that no one's really speaking about, like Briel Bolo, maybe if you fancy going for the Swiss side, or of course you could just switch him straight for Kane. I don't mind the straight switch for Kane, but I think if you've got the 12th man, you could pick up like Kane there. You could then drop Estupinian down, save yourself a good shed of cash, upgrade Wirtz, and potentially even upgrade Rodriguez for a -6 and have like Yamal. You could have Elise, Vinny Jr. Like you could very easily get those guys in fairly easy for a -6. Took a hit to get Vinny Jr. in, as well as Kruchi in for Kimmich and Mbappe in for Haaland. Looking for the 12th man, Kane, but open to options. Thinking Yamal or Salah. Any further hits I should take to get anyone in this week? Budget down to 0. No, I think you're good. I like the 12th man pick. I do, honestly, I think Kane is probably the best shout for the 12-man pick there. So, yeah, I like that. I do like that. I think that's a pretty strong team for this game week. I don't think there's anybody else I personally would take out. Did Vidmar play the last game? I can't remember if he was the Swiss one that missed out or remained within the side. Do let me know, because I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Do. You can change it around. You can change it around before the deadline, and then obviously it will lock itself in when it is deadline time. Deadline time. Will almost start. Not 100% sure on that one. Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, true. If they go to a back four, I couldn't remember if it was him or there's like another one very similar, like letters, isn't there? I can't remember it exactly off the top of my dome, but yeah, I know there's another one that's very similar. Let me put a poll. Let's get a poll going. Shall we get a poll going? Let's get a poll going. Let's do will Raphinha play? There we go. Get your votes in for that poll, ladies and gentlemen. Will Raphinha play? Let me know in the chat. Do you think Raphinha will play this game week? Yes or no on that one. By the way, guys, we are ridiculously close to 100 likes on today's stream. There's over 500 of you in the chat already, so make sure you're hitting that like button. Let's get today's stream up to 100, nice and easy. Why am I willing to do a -6 or -9? Yeah, I spoke about this in my team selection video. And ultimately for me, hits in this game are not the same as FPL, right? So in FPL, it's a -4. There's less routes to points for players, whereas in this one, there's a lot more routes to points. You've also got the fact that we've got big one-sided fixtures. We've got the ability to switch around our captain. There's scouting bonus. There's just so much. And it's also not a -4. It's just a -3. So, yeah, there's a lot to really work with and unpack ultimately. So, yeah, that's kind of why. That's why I kind of think that way, and why I'm quite pro hit in this game compared to like other games as well. Yamal and Valencia, or Bruno and a Yozabal. I think all could do very well this week. I personally, for me, wouldn't be looking to take like Bruno out. I'm also very optimistic about Oyazabal as well. Like, it's a good fixture for Spain, and they'll want to bounce back after that disappointing opening game. Patrick Schick's okay, but again, I think there's just plenty of better forwards this game week for me. Yeah, there's just plenty of better forwards, isn't there? Um, the thing is, if I had Bruno, I would keep him. I wouldn't personally look to take out Bruno Fernandes this week. I think he's a great player. No, I haven't made any transfers yet. Haven't made any transfers yet. Hmm. I have had doubts around Yamal, like in his minutes and stuff. I think that's where my doubt is. Like, if I was to probably, I mean, we could have like Vinny in here. I don't mind that. Vinny Jr. And then we can go and get Kane on the 12th man. It's just not bad, is it? I know it's for a -9, but for a -9, it is tempting. Yeah, the app might crash as well. I do think we'll probably get things locked in a little bit sooner today. I do think we'll probably get things locked in a little bit sooner today. Apparently Spain have been trying out like a 4-2-4. So yeah. Yeah, I'll take a look in the Discord. I can't remember what I said. You might have to go back on the stream. I think I said like Canada, Egypt. Canada and Egypt, I think, were the ones that I said. Looking at that team. Yeah. Due I don't mind and will qualify for scouting bonus. The problem is there's so many good French attackers that they very easily could rotate quite easily, couldn't they? Yeah, they could rotate quite easily. Someone said earlier if they play like a back four, potentially he could get his place back. Do I think Cunha starts? No. Sell a Yazabal or Mbolo. I think both are fine keeps for this game week. I do think some people are transferring out players like a Yazabal that still has a good fixture. I know he was disappointing in match day 1, but he's still got a great fixture and definitely could still deliver quite well in match day 1. Doan's not bad, but again, I'm more leaning towards Enna Valencia just for the penalty appeal. If I make a transfer right now, can I revert it later if I've already saved it? No. Once you make those transfers, that's it. It's locked in. Done. Boom. If a player scores 5 or more points, they will qualify for scouting bonus. 5 or more points, and they will qualify for scouting bonus. Twelfth man, Vinny or Elise? I think if you've got Mbappe, it makes sense to look at Elise for the 12th man. But I think Vinny for that game could be mega and could be impressive. What is better, Kimmich and Rodriguez for a -3 or Nkape and Wirtz for a -6? Who are you bringing in for those? Like I can see 2 of the moves, but like what are the other moves? They were a shambles, however, they did sack their manager. No, it's 5. It says 4 at like above 4 points, but yeah, the wording of it is basically the player needs to score 5 to qualify for it. So 5 or more is the correct way it should be phrased. Not 4 over 4 is quite ambiguous, whereas it should realistically be phrased as 5 or more, like 5 and above is the correct way to phrase it. My Germany players are coming out as they don't have as good a fixture. Like there's some big one-sided games. So yeah, we're looking at those. You cannot captain your 12th man, but they do not qualify towards your budget as well. Vinny, Elise, Salah, Vinicius, those are the ones. Yamal, those are all the ones we're talking about, aren't we, right now? So yeah. My 12th man will either be Kane, Yamal, or Messi. Like I said, all of those guys pretty decent picks for this game week. Yeah, I like those moves you suggested there. Valencia, Vinny, and Elise as the 12th man. Haven't made my moves yet. This is just a -9 move I've got lined up. Like I said, we've got this one. There's a -6 move as well that we could potentially take a look at. Like, it is quite aggressive. but we are trying to target those just one-sided fixtures, aren't we? True, true. I do like Kane as a 12th man. I think your point makes complete sense. There is a very good likelihood that you've already hit a decent captaincy haul before the time we even need to look at Harry Kane. And that was a very similar situation in match day one. We had Mbappe, we had Haaland. People obviously had Kai Havertz before that as well. Some people even had like Breland Bolo, Messi, for example. So there are a lot of good picks that play before Kane. So yeah, it makes sense for maybe why Kane is a good 12th man, is because you won't want to give him the armband anyway. So what's the point? Oh, yeah. We all looked past him. We all looked past him. That's what we all did. We all looked past him. Why would you sell Haaland? People are asking. You would sell Haaland because it's just not as good a fixture. Like, he's still a great player, but there are some big one-sided games this week that really do need your attention. Where is... Do I stick with this team, or if I use a wild card? Yeah, if you use a wild card, you will be stuck with the team that you've wild carded with. So do bear that in mind if you're going to wild card. You will end up with that team for next week as well. It's not like a free hit. That is something completely different, but it doesn't exist within this game. So yeah, if you wild card, you will end up with the team you've obviously got right now for next week. I think I probably would prefer Kane 12th man. I think that's the way I'm leaning. I think I could take this -9 and go with Kane as the 12th man. I really don't mind that. I really don't mind that as a play, you know. I really don't mind it. No, there's no point wildcarding. Wildcard was better used next week because you're gonna have mass rotation. You're gonna have lots of one-sided fixtures that we want to target that we won't be looking at now. So I'm looking at, like, you know, DR Congo players, Ivory Coast players, England, Messi. Like, I just don't have these players right now, and I'm not going to bring them in for match day 2 when match day 2 there's so many big players I want here. So yeah, that's where we're going to do it. I'm not sure if Estepinian will play, to be honest. I'm really not. Bruno Guimaraes should start, but obviously he's not as good as a... he's not as good as what he is for Newcastle. He has less responsibilities ultimately. Yeah, we can check the Discord. Let's have a look if anything's been sent in. Obviously, I don't answer questions in the Discord while I'm live. That is what this chat is for. I will review teams, but I will not answer questions. All right. That is for obviously like the build up and everything afterwards. As soon as we're live, we just start reviewing teams. Jake has sent his team in and he says, any advice on my team? Oh, it's a nice looking team. Okay. So 2 frees. I think you're probably going to go for Haaland down to probably then getting rid of Wirtz and Musiala. Like, you could go and get yourselves in here. If you go down to Enna Valencia, you can get yourself in like an Elise of some sort. Again, maybe one of the defenders comes out for a -6. Like, if you take Kimmich out, so if you took all of these guys out for a, you know, all the way down to Ordis for this one, you could do Enna Valencia, then you could get Vinny Jr., Yamal, Elise, whichever one you want in either of these spots, or these there, and then Enna Valencia. You could also just go Haaland to Kane, but that leaves you a little bit strangled in terms of being able to go and get like a Vinny or an Elise. So I probably would be looking at getting Haaland all the way down to like an Enna Valencia or another cheap forward, whatever one obviously is your preference. Looking to upgrade probably like Musiala. And then if you really want to push the boat out, take out this for a -6 and, you know, all the way down to a cheap defender and just upgrade these guys like Elise and Vinny and stuff like that. Toxic Snipe says, any advice? First thing I noted here, hell of a lot of money spent in the back line. Too much money, in my personal opinion, spent within that back line. And that is why your front line is looking very disappointing for this game week. For me, Virgil van Dijk is not worth it at 5.5 million. So I probably would look to replace him. I would genuinely go all the way down to like an any and try and free up some funds. I don't know how much you've got in the bank here, but yeah, I'd go Virgil van Dijk all the way down. That then gives you probably enough budget to get Wirtz up to like a Raphinha, a Vinny, an Elise potentially. That's probably the play I would be looking at doing. So Van Dijk down, Wirtz probably up. Arejo, I don't think played the first game either. So again, you might want to look for like another cheap defender for a -3 that is going to play. That's probably the best way to do it. Oh, Raphinha expected to start. Thank you very much, Abby, for that. Abby in our Discord group has just put in a tweet. Let's go ahead and go over to Twitter. Thank you, Abby, for this. This is, like I said, guys, what the group is so good at is just finding out stuff like this. Despite having conducted some testing in a last training session, Carlo Ancelotti is expected to make a few changes to the starting lineup compared to that of one of Morocco. Possible lineup: Danilo Marquinhos, Gabriel dos Santos, Casemiro, Bruno, Lucas Paqueta, Vinny Jr., Mateus Cunha, and Raphinha. So Raphinha and Vinny expected to start the game. Nice. Thank you very much, Abby. We'll give that a cheeky repost. So yeah, there we go. There's some news on those looking for Raphinha. Looks likely to start. Thank you very much. Jamie's in the chat. He says, let's go, Tom. Hope you're good. Well, mate. 106 points for me. Not a bad start. Not a bad start indeed, mate. Nice. Love that. So yeah, there is the update that we've got regarding Yamal at the moment. Looks likely to start in match day 2. That, I think, for me, is probably enough to keep Yamal within my side. Yeah, that's probably enough for me to keep Yamal in my side. Probably enough. Cool. No, I just need something on Yamal. Yeah, we do need something on Yamal. But yeah, that looks decent for Raphinha. What do you think of the -9 in action here, Abby? What are you thinking of it? I know it's a bit wild, but I'm open to some interpretations. I'm open to them. Obviously, with this side, we would then go and pick up Kane as our 12th man. But yeah, I'm happy to hear some thoughts on this one. Yamal, I think if we get a positive update, will be decent. Yeah, he will be decent. I can't take it anymore. So we got this option, which I do like. We've obviously got the We also have this option. That would probably be Vinny. We have that option. That's only a -3, by the way. A -3, and then we'd go and pick up Kane as our 12th man. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's not a bad fixture, is it? It's not a bad fixture. I'm just looking at like projected points on like FPL Shadden's model, also looking at some other different models as well. And a lot of the German guys are like really low down, like 4 or 5 projected points. Well, obviously the scouting bonus for those is up to like 8. So it's kind of trying to figure out the best route here. I do think Salah gives me a nice captaincy option, you know. I do think he gives me a great captaincy option. Because this is the thing again. Am I going to use James Rodriguez as a captaincy option? Probably not. I feel by that point, I've already probably had most of my captains play, and I'll have already made a decision. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at with that one is. By the time we get to James Rodriguez, yeah, he might be a nice differential and has penalties and stuff like that, but you know, I'm not going to captain him. Whereas with Salah, I might give him the armband. So yeah, that is where my head is at the moment. Yeah, Kimmich does have a lot of routes to points, doesn't he? He is a good option. He is a good option. It may be one for the coin to decide, I think. Yeah, it might be one for the coin to decide. Genuinely keep reading Dr. Congo, yeah. The amount of like people doing sweepstakes and Dr. Congo came out, yeah. No, 12 man doesn't take any budget. There's no budget on the 12 man. You just unfortunately can't captain the players. What do you guys think? Do you think this team looks better or the Salah team? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Let's have a look-see. Which team do you prefer? Salah team. -9. Right. So I put in the chat the poll, and you guys just have to tell me which team you do prefer. Okay. So this is team 1. This is the -3 no Salah team. We would then go and pick up Harry Kane as our 12th man. So this is team number 1, right? This is the no Salah -3 team. This would require me just to take a -3. We'd then go and pick Kane up on the 12th man or Yamal, depending on what sort of news we get. This would be the Salah team for a -9, okay? It's on defenders, isn't it? It's on defenders. Oh no, it's not. Salah and Odones. And that would be the -9 team. So that would be the -9 team. Let me know in the chat which one you prefer, -3 or the -9 team. Happy to, you know, obviously have any feedback on that one, but yeah, let me know which one you guys would look at. Would you take a -6 and put Messi in for Oyarzabal? I mean, Messi did look very good. Oyarzabal was off the pace, but again, like it's still a good fixture for Spain, isn't it? Oh, to be fair, if we get confirmation that Yamal is 100% and definitely going to be starting, like Yamal would go straight into that Salah spot. If we like, this is the thing. If we got confirmation that Yamal's going to start, like that can become Yamal, like that. That can easily become Yamal. So yeah, if we got a positive update before the deadline that Yamal looks likely to start, that could be Yamal, just like that. So I'm happy to hear people's thoughts on it, which ones they prefer. I probably would go for the Egypt goalkeeper. I just think he's great value. At his price point ultimately, isn't he? He is pretty good value. What about Mbappe? Yours about and Messi with Kane as 12th man. Drop Elise. I'm warming to Salah. uh, welcome to the party, my friend. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Whereabouts have you posted it, mate? I can't actually see where it is. Nothing else has come into the oh, what we got? Is your name Gucci 10? If your name's Gucci 10, you're laughing. By the way, people sending their teams in, make sure you are going into the deadline section. That is where we will look for teams that are sent in, all right? If you send it in somewhere else, people in the Discord will help review your team, but not me and Tom, who are live right now. If you want me and Tom to review it on stream, then that is the place to go. We've had one sent in. Let me know if this is you, mate. Where is it? Gucci 10. If you're Gucci 10, we're happy we've got you. Hello, thoughts on this team, Tom? England stack ready to go. Is this a wild card? Is this a wild card, by the way? Is this a wild card? If it is a wild card, I mean, it's interesting. It's a little bit balanced for match day 3. But it's a different team. There's a lot of different players in here. There are a lot of different players in here. No Spain is the big thing that I'm seeing here. Like, Spain still have a decent fixture. But yeah. For me personally, am I feeling this team? Probably not. I do think there's probably too much spent at the back. I think there's just so many good, cheap defenders that you can go and get in this game. Thoughts on this transfer idea? Need to do it now. I was on my work break at lunch. Yeah, it's good. It works. It works. It's good. Go for it. Like it. Boom. Done. But yeah, this is the section. So it's in the deadline section, and it says FPL Tom stream. That is where you need to put your teams if you want to get them sent in for review. Okay. In this section right here is where you want to get your team reviewed by me. That is the place to come and get it done. All right, guys. If you're enjoying today's stream, by the way, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting subscribe as well. Callie has just thrown a spanner in the works. He just said they got the 50-50 call wrong last time. Maybe Raphinha isn't. Maybe Raphinha isn't. Ooh. Last week's team and this week's team, -3 strategy. But I don't know who to get as the 12th man this week, though. Maybe Messi, maybe Kane. No chips used yet. Nice, good start to the week. What are you looking at doing here? So you are bringing in Mbappe. Who are you bringing in? Elise, Vinny Jr. It's a strong team. It is a strong team. Yeah, I like it. I think if you're going to go for anybody on the 12th man here, it is Kane or probably Yamal that you're going to look at. Maybe Salah as well as a differential bet. But yeah, those are going to be the ones that I would probably look at. Oh, cool, man. Thank you for sending it in. Really do appreciate it. Right. So you've used one for transfer already. So we've got Kane, Mbappe, Son. Son, a differential shout. Nice. I don't think it's the easiest fixture, but I can see from your badge you're a South Korea fan, so you've got to have a bit of Son in there, haven't you, ultimately? You could do Verts up to Elise. I don't mind that. Somerville. What can we get for Somerville? I'd give you about 7.6. Due for Somerville could be an option. My only other thought is leave Verts, downgrade Kimmich to like a cheap defender, maybe Hani from Egypt. That should give you 4.1 million. That could get you Elise here for a -3, potentially. Maybe worth having a look at. Otherwise, I do think you are a little bit scuppered here, aren't you? It is Verts to Elise. Somerville, I'm not really sure about the midfielders. I probably would maybe look at an Ecuador midfielder like a Yebo as my other swap for Somerville. That's probably what I would go for. -3, love that. This team is good. I like it. That's a decent team for this week. I really can't argue with that. Not sure if I should go Vinny or Yamal. What do you think? I personally would probably maybe lean more towards Vinny. I just think, again, the uncertainty around Yamal, still the uncertainty shadowing around Raphinha. I probably would be tempted to maybe just have Vinny within the squad, just so you've got him as a captaincy option for that Brazil game, because they should wallop them, but let's wait and see. Let's wait and see ultimately. McAllister's not really an option I would look at. Not for me, anyway. We haven't had anything confirmed about Raphinha, like just people questioning the source, that's all. So you can, again, it's a 50-50 call. I don't think we're going to have an answer on it, unfortunately. We're not going to have anything confirmed. So let's wait and see. Kane or Mbappe is the 12th man. If you haven't got Mbappe, I would really want him in the starting 11. I really would. I think he's just got to be in there. Otherwise, I'm probably picking Kane because I feel like by the time you get to an England game, he should have had a captain return or a decent captain return where it doesn't matter too much. So Kane can be a fine player just to consider. Obviously, do get your questions in, guys. Anything you want to know ahead of the deadline, do let me know. Is it worth taking a hit to sub out Verts for Elise? I think given the one-sided nature of the fixture, yeah, probably is going to be worth it. Mbappe at World Cups, by the way, is ridiculously good. Yeah, Mbappe at World Cups is unreal. Unreal to say the least, isn't he? I personally probably would, yeah, go with Kane as the 12th man over Yamal for me. How does the 12th man work? You can't captain them, but you've got unlimited budget. You can select any player you want. Other than that, that's literally the rules of it. You just can't captain them. You can't change them either. That'll be it. Once they're in, they're in. Will Yamal start? Again, a lot of uncertainty around Yamal this week. I think he probably will start. Again, though, depends on the minutes he's going to get. I think it's all very much up in the air. I'll be using the wild card in match day 3. That is where we'll be going for. We'll be going for the wild card in match day 3. Yeah, Boa. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, Boa. All right, I like that. If you join the Discord, there is a link in the description. You just have to sign up for it. And yeah, there we go. My 12th man, if we were to go for this team, would be either Mohamed Salah or Harry Kane. Would be the 12th man option we would go for. Yeah, we had something from ESPN Brazil saying Raphinha is in like their predicted lineup. However, Callie responded to me and said that the last time they tweeted, they got it wrong. So make of that what you will, ladies and gentlemen. Make of that what you will. Is that a minus 12? No, it is a minus 9. We're not crazy. We're not crazy. Beep, ba, 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 ba. Yeah, match day 3 is just the best one for the wild card, isn't it? Ultimately, yeah, match day 3 is just the one to consider for the wild card. It just is the best option. By the way, if you're enjoying today's stream, make sure you're hitting that like button. Let's see if we can get today's stream up to 150 likes. It would be greatly appreciated. It's not going to be worth an extra minus, is it? Again, it's not a terrible fixture, so we'll go for it. I'm going to use the 12th man in match day 2. I personally wouldn't be looking to bring in Somerville. It's not my final decision, like I said. Ultimately, it's dependent on what sort of news we get from now till the deadline. Yeah, it's all dependent on what sort of news we get prior to the deadline. Beep, bop, 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 boom. What questions have we got? Elise says 12 man. I have Mbappe, Kane, Vinny, Raphinha already in the team. Yeah, I like that. I do like that a lot. They're probably the ones I would look at. Basically, there's such one-sided fixtures in this week that it's not worth wildcarding because you can get a lot of them in for like a -3 or a -6. In this game, hits on as deep as like FPL, and then again, you will be able to kind of navigate match day 3 the best with a wild card. It's going to be such a weird week where you're ultimately going to need probably the wild card to navigate it. So using a couple minuses this week to then get a better way of navigating match day 3 is going to be so much easier to do. I personally, for me, like, if you're gonna take a hit, like, swap out, like, Haaland for Messi, and then you could get Kane on the 12th man. I really don't mind that. Yeah, I think that could be a decent play. Looking at the poll, you guys prefer the -3 option. Not many people prefer the Salah team. Obviously, this one has Yamal in it right now, but yeah, we were messing about with Mohamed Salah in here as well, which I'm still not opposed to, by the way. I'm still not opposed to it. I'm still not opposed to Mohamed Salah coming in here. If on a -3 strategy in match day 2, is it worth taking a -6 to change Haaland to Mbappe? Yes, 100%. 100% it is worth doing that. The link to my Discord is in the description. I'm going to put it in the chat and I'm going to pin it as well for you guys to get yourself involved in. There you go. It is the pinned message within the chat as well now. So yeah, there we go. It should be easy enough for you guys to find it. All right. Let's ask a question. Does Yamal start? No worries, guys. No worries. Obviously, we'll try and keep you updated with any sort of team news that we do get regarding Yamal and Raphinha before the deadline. Vinny or Yamal for main team. Don't have Raphinha. Probably Vinny then. I want a captain in that Brazil game. I really do. Yamal or Elise? Ooh, good question. Probably Elise. Again, we're still uncertain. I think Yamal starts, but there's no guarantees on minutes, is there? There just is no guarantees on minutes. He's probably a sell, mate. Yeah, he's going to be a sell. Yeah, I think it could. I think it could. I don't mind that as a minus. I think he played a little bit more than 15, right? In match day 1. Was it like 60? Something like that? You can only do two transfers for free. However, you can make more transfers for minuses and stuff like that as well. Probably would prefer Kane over Yamal on the 12th man. I just think with Kane, you know he's going to play. I don't think you can say the same. Like, you can't guarantee, like, if Spain are comfortably winning in the first half, what's to say they go, right, Yamal, you're done. You're coming off. I probably would take a hit, yeah, to get him out. I actually think I would prefer Mohamed Salah. Like, at least we know Salah's going to start. Probably plays better minutes as well. I don't think he gets above 60 minutes, does Yamal? I really don't. I think he probably gets around 60. If you're enjoying today's stream, by the way, guys, make sure you are hitting that like button. We're closing in on 150. So yeah, it'd be great if we could absolutely smash through that. Of course, as well, if we could hit 31k today, that would be unreal as well in terms of subscriber growth. Sorry, hitting 30k last week. Let's hit 31 today. Come on. Ecuador might be bad offensively, but ultimately, it's Curacao. It just is Curacao, and they are really poor. They are a really poor side. So yeah. Yeah, I think he would. I think he would. He played 19. He played 19 minutes. Okay. Yeboah and Kane for a hit, or Valencia and Kane -12. I do like Kane as the -12. Yeah, I'm still unsure. I'm still unsure with Yamal, you know. I really am sure. I might skip out on him again. I really might. I genuinely might skip out on Yamal again. Might skip out on Yamal again. Where's people's ownership at? I know a lot of people are buying Enna Valencia. Yeah, he's up to 1.7. We should be okay. Salah hasn't budged, which is good. So we'd still get scouting bonus for him. I don't think Nico Williams will start. Again, because he played very reduced minutes. I think he came on for like the last 2-3 minutes of the game. I don't think personally for me he'll start. Again, probably comes off the bench. Dembele as well. I'm not 100% convinced he starts, or again could get an early substitution. If we were to go for this team, the 12th man would be between Kane, Messi, and Yamal. Those would be my options. I'm currently leaning most towards Kane. But yeah, I'm open to ideas. Yeah, Raphinha, we've had some sort of news around his fitness from ESPN. But Callie rightly pointed out to me that ESPN Brazil got every 50-50 call wrong against Morocco. So I don't know how reliable it's going to be, unfortunately. Yeah, I just don't know how reliable it's going to be. So we'll try and keep you guys posted with anything we get regarding Yamal, regarding Raphinha. But no promises. We'll obviously keep having a look at things. No, that's not worth it. That's not worth it. Can you do a draft if you need to take out Raphinha? Yeah, we can. We can have a look at one of those. I think it would be... So James would probably stay. We'd keep Kimmich as well. What would we have in the bank here? It probably would look something like that. If we get confirmation that all of a sudden like that Raphinha news was wrong, we could go to Salah, we could go to Yamal in that spot. So yeah, that's what we could do there. Like I said, or we could just do this for a -3. I don't hate this as a -3 option. I really don't. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst idea in the world to do that. Sabitzer would be a sell, mate. Yeah, it would be a sell. Yeah, the -3 option looks fine, doesn't it? It does look completely fine to do that for a -3. Then we go and pick up Kane, Salah, Yamal, Messi as the 12th man. It's not terrible, is it? It isn't terrible for a -3. Kane, Salah, Yamal, Messi. Elliot Anderson, definitely not. I know he got an assist yesterday, but yeah, he's not really a pick in my eyes. Nothing on Nico Williams. Nothing on Nico Williams. Again, we'll try and keep you across any updates in terms of fitness for players, but as of right now, we have absolutely nothing. Oyazabal, Haaland, James Rodriguez, sell 2 of them. Probably sell Haaland. And again, it depends what you want to do with the rest of your side, doesn't it, really? You can go down to a cheap option. You can switch him for a Kane. You can switch him to a Messi. Yeah, that's probably the way to play it, isn't it? I am reading comments, mate. I am, but we are live for what? Another 2 hours? So I'm trying not to burn out, trying to read as many questions as possible, trying to catch up on things on the Discord, figure out what I want to do with my team, and yeah, not knacking my throat in. So yeah, I am reading questions, but we'll get around to them. Can you give me your opinion on Musiala and Wirtz out for Salah and Yebo and taking a -9 instead of a -3? I don't think I would do that. Yeah, I don't think I would do that. Wildcard is better used in Matchday 3. It's not worth it in Matchday 2, in my opinion. Yeah, Matchday 3 is going to be the better week for the wildcard. The Discord link is the pinned comment if you want to get yourself involved in the FPL Cartel Discord. How many people have we got in there now? We've got a good amount of people in there now. Where are we at? What we got? So we've got 95 people in the FPL Cartel Discord, by the way, now. Could be up to 100, which would be insane. Yeah, I wouldn't wildcard. I genuinely wouldn't wildcard. All the wildcard drafts that I've seen being built, and even when I've tried to like build one, the problem is predicting next week, right? The problem is next week is the issue, because what we're going to have is a lot of the top sides will qualify and will start rotating. So a lot of these players you won't want. Like, I won't want him because he'll be rotated. If they win, they're probably going to rotate. So rotated. Enner Valencia doesn't have a great fixture. Matchday 3 plays against Germany. Like, all the best teams this week just don't have it. If we go to the round 3 fixtures here, so where we probably will be looking to target is Bosnia versus Qatar. I don't want any Bosnia players this week. Morocco, not a bad fixture against Scotland this week, but there are far better players to look at. And again, a great fixture. Korea, they've got Mexico this week, so probably wouldn't want to look at any of their players. Ivory Coast have Germany, so I wouldn't want any of their players. The Netherlands take on Sweden, is it this week? Again, wouldn't really want any of their players, but I would want them for Matchday 3. Who else have we got in here that's got quite a one-sided fixture? Senegal. Like, again, I'm not overly keen on any Senegal players against Norway, but I want them for Matchday 3. Like, that Iraq fixture is going to be great. Saudi Arabia, potentially some players with them playing off against Cape Verde. Belgium, not bad fixtures this week, but again, would I really want to load up on Belgians after a disappointing match day 1? Probably not. England, again, if England win their next game, we're probably rotating. So Kane ain't playing. You can imagine most of the first team players aren't playing. Congo DR, again, might be in a position where they're through to the next round after getting a point yesterday, or we might want to look at some of their players. Argentina, again, not the greatest fixture up against Austria this week, but their final fixture is a decent one against Jordan. So any rotation players we can pick up very, very easy. That is why the wild card in Matchday 3 is just so powerful. There are so many teams that I don't want for Matchday 2, but will definitely want for Matchday 3, that it just makes it worthwhile, in my opinion. Raphinha or a Yozabal? I mean, a Yozabal hasn't got any sort of doubts around him, so I probably would stick with a Yozabal. But it's a great fixture for Brazil, isn't it? It ultimately is a great fixture for Brazil. Yeah. Do I keep Musiala or Wirtz? I probably would look to move them on for, like I said, Vinny's, Elise's, Yamal's, Salah's. Yeah, it's probably worth getting them moved on. Best Brazilian defender. Ooh, Santos, maybe, if he's going to start. Like, again, there's so much doubt around who's going to start, isn't there? There is a lot of doubt around who's going to start. Elise or Vinny, who do I think will get more points? Vinny. Thoughts on McKennie? Again, not really an option I probably would consider. Why will Brazil need to play both rounds? Like, if Brazil are on 4 points, that's probably good enough to get them out of the group. And again, we've got doubts around Raphinha. Defensively, again, there's a lot of doubts. So where am I tripling up on 3 Brazilians? Yeah, I don't mind Morocco. Like, Morocco probably would be. I think if you were to build a wild card for this week, you probably would look at having at least Kylian Mbappe to cover it off. Vinny Jr., Raphinha definitely would be in there. Then you probably, it's difficult to build that side, isn't it? Because you're trying to find people that have good fixtures in 2 and 3, and there just isn't many. So it's probably going to be like, who would you be looking at? Belgium, I think one of the sides that we saw had like decent fixtures across both. But again, do you really want to have triple up or double up on Belgium's? Not probably worth it, is it? In my opinion. Yeah, if you want to send your team into the deadline section on the Discord rather than the team review, so there's a bit that says deadline, and then you want to click on the FPL Tom stream section. That is the bit where you need to put your teams, guys. That just lets me know that they're the teams I've got left to review, or the ones that I haven't reviewed already. If you put it in other bits of the Discord, people will start to look at your teams. Other people within the Discord. All right. Messi or a Yozabal? I mean, it's hard to argue with the GOAT, isn't it? It is hard to argue with the GOAT, but a Yozabal could do well. A Yozabal could do well. This is no way my final team. Like I said, we were playing around with a -9 draft that I really do like the look of. Gives me a lot of the big boys for this game week. Really does give me a lot of the big boys. Keep Verts or get KDB. Ooh, I don't mind that as a switch. I don't mind that as a switch. Kane or Elise is the 12th man. The reason I like Kane more probably as the 12th man is I feel like by the time we get to the England games, you've already probably found a decent captain. So Kane is just a nice player to have in there who can get points, ultimately, can't he? Do keep your questions coming in, guys. We are approaching 31k subscribers on the channel. So if you are enjoying the content, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting subscribe for more FPL Tom content. Again, if England win and Argentina win this game, they're going to rotate match day 3. So try and pick me two. Like, Kane ain't playing both games. Bellingham ain't playing both games if England win. Messi ain't. Like, try and pick me 2 players that are going to feature in both games. It's hard. Best defender for this match day only. Probably any of the Ecuador guys are going to be the safe bets, right? Personally, would go Vinny ahead of Yamal. Do I sell Havertz for Enna Valencia? If it allows you to go and get in like an Elise, a Vinny, anybody like that, then yes. Ronaldo, again, could be somebody that we are ignoring. Portugal didn't look great in match day 1. So it's a hard one. It is a hard one to call. It is a hard one to call. Who's my 12th man? It will be, if we went for this team, it would be Kane. It would be maybe Salah, maybe Yamal, maybe who was the other one? Messi. Those would be the options we would run through. Cool. Thank you very much, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Like I said, guys, if you want to get yourself involved in the FPL cartel, this is the pinned chat. It's the pinned chat. Oh my god, you can tell we've been streaming for 2 hours already. It is the pinned message in the chat for you guys to take a look at. 90 points, first ever match day, new to fantasy, and comments are appreciated. Very well done, my friend. Okay, I'm seeing a few problems already. Who is this guy? 4 million midfielder, Beach in goal. I mean, some wild picks in here, but hey, if they work for you. I mean, that front line is ridiculous and all did exceptionally well. I'm not sure what you've got in the bank. If people want to send me their team with the money in the bank, it does help me decide what moves to obviously help you guys with. I mean, the premium's already locked in, right? 12th man, then probably like Vinny. Yeah, I think I'd probably go 12th man Vinny. 12th man Vinny if you've got that chip left. Araujo out for a different, cheaper Uruguay defender or maybe an Ecuador defender. And I think the rest of his team could cook from there. Fair play, nice team, great start to the tournament, mate. 0 in the bank. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I probably then would do Araujo down to Ortiz from Ecuador. Gives you a little bit of money in the bank to have a play around with as well if you want to look at some other options. Can you undo subs and return your previous players as it counts as an extra sub? What do you mean? Do you mean subs or do you mean transfers? I'm a little bit confused by the terminology there. Raphinha, from ESPN's report, looks likely to start, yes. But apparently they got a lot of the 50-50 calls wrong last time, so we're going to have to wait and see. Wow. Raphinha, what is he doing? We'll be using the wild card in Matchday 3, mate. We've kind of run through why it's probably the better option to do it in Matchday 3. Marmoush, again, could be worth a punt, but I just think the striker options we've got are... Yeah, they're just a bit good, aren't they? The striker options. They're all just a bit good. No, so if you've made your transfers, you can't then undo them. So yeah, if you confirm your transfers, you can't undo them. Vinny Jr., Elise, Raphinha, Yamal, Salah. This is a toughie. It is a toughie. I'm just trying to weigh up the best options really here, guys. I really am struggling a little bit. I am still leaning more towards that -9. I am really still leaning towards it. I don't know why. Maybe it's a bit of a silly gamble, but I am still leaning more towards the -9. Just does look good. It does look good, and then we can have Kane as the 12th man. Kane is the 12th man. I think Sufal could be a good option. South Africa look pretty weak from set pieces, so yeah, I think that could be a nice option. Thoughts on Elvedi? Is he the Swiss guy? Visser or Nusa to Salah for Elise? Why not do both? Can you afford both? I think he's probably fine. Yeah, I think he's probably fine. He's the Swiss guy. I think he played last game, right? Yeah, he'll be fine then. Again, I wasn't overly convinced by the Swiss, but all those like Ecuador have the best clean sheet odds for this game week. They do just have the best ones. We can actually go ahead and take a look at that actually. Where is it? This one. So, round 2 projected goal numbers. What have we got? Canada, really, again, none of us are really speaking about Canada, but they've got 2.12 projected goals here for match day 2. Brazil, obviously top. 3 projected goals, 61% probability of a clean sheet. Germany have still got great projected goals. And we've had a few people questioning why I'm taking out what's it called, Verts and stuff. Like they do have good projected goals, but obviously not as good as Brazil, Spain, or France, who we will come on to. Ecuador still great. A little bit of a drop in terms of projected clean sheet odds, though. They've gone down to 61% probability of clean sheet. They were up to like 69, I think, we're level with Spain. So there has been a bit of a drop there. France up to 3 projected goals, so they're looking good value. Portugal, like we are probably underestimating Portugal, aren't we? 2.838, sorry, for the projected goals. England also pretty decent in that regard. So yeah, maybe we are overvaluing them a little bit. Colombia down at 1.62. Where was Egypt? Did I miss Egypt? Where's Egypt? Am I blind? Am I blind or can I not see Egypt? There they are. 1.5 is not a lot of projected goals, is it? It is not high projected goals. What's that website? That is our website that you can come and have a look at in the FPL Cartel Discord. It is the pinned message in the World Cup chat if you want to go and have a look at that for yourself. But yeah, that is our little model. Vinny or Kane is the 12th man. I think Kane, you know. I do think Kane. I mean, I'm probably maybe overestimating the Salah hype a little bit, aren't I? Maybe I am, Jamie. Maybe I am. Maybe you've just brought me back to earth a little bit. I don't think the -3 is terrible, is it? The -3 isn't terrible. That for a -3 isn't bad, is it? And then we can go and have a look at a Yamal, Kane, Messi on the 12th man. It's not bad for a -3. Vinny Jr. for the 12th man. I already have Raphinha. The reason I've gone this way round rather than having Junior as the 12th man is if there is any doubt or we get like, you know, Raphinha's not in the squad or he's benched or whatever, Vinny Jr. then can become a captain. So I think it's just giving me that captaincy share for the Brazil game. I wouldn't get Salah for free. Watch him go and absolutely smash it now, by the way. Yeah, watch him go and smash it. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go for it. I mean, we could do it for Yamal, but then is a -6 getting in place worth it for Yamal? Probably not. I'd need to. I think we'd need to see some real big confirmation that Yamal's going to start for me to pull the trigger on a -9, basically. Yeah, Rodriguez didn't look great yesterday, did he? He really had a poor game, and Congo weren't bad against Portugal either. So yeah. Uh, we'll have to wait and see on the lineup for me to decide who I would probably captain in that scenario. Best 5.1 or below mid. That is testing things. Let me have a look. Mate, I don't think there's anybody I would even want to pick here. The guy from Egypt. What's the guy from Egypt called? Iman Ashur. He probably would be the one. Other than that, you're probably maybe looking at Yebo or Viti from Ecuador. They're probably the guys you would look at. Yeah, those are probably the guys you would look at. Transfers confirmed. Kane 12 man. Oh, we're going to have to go and have a look at Golden Stream now, aren't we? We're going to have a look what he's done. One day remove Haaland. The projected goals for Norway aren't as good as match day 1. So, you know, we'll move him on. We'll bring in other premium players as well. Adverts, hey, Tom. Adverts. Look at this. How many adverts do you have in your stream? Come on. Milking me for money. So, Tom has gone for Enner Valencia, Messi, Yamal, Raphinha, Elise, Kane as his 12th man for a -6. It ain't bad, you know, mate. It ain't bad. It ain't bad, is it? Raphinha, Yamal, Elise. That is good. That is good for a minus. I do like it. I do like it. It is good. Again, I don't think it's worth making a transfer on goalkeepers. Just isn't. They've not got many routes to points, so don't worry about goalkeepers. Yeah, that makes sense, Abby. That does make sense. I'm still so undecided on what to do, really. I'm trying to weigh up if the -9 is worth it or not worth it. It's kind of one of those, isn't it? Kane or Messi, 12th man? I would probably go Kane. Why not a Yozabal out and Rodriguez out for Elise and Enna Valencia? I actually don't think a Yozabal's that bad for this game week. I really don't. Yeah, I personally don't think he's that bad, is he? I mean, we can have a play around with it. We can have a play around with it. Because this is the thing, I wouldn't want to hold on to Haaland. Enna Valencia. Okay. See, this is the thing. I don't think we've got enough to make all of these moves happen, really, then. Vinicius. Yeah, I don't have enough here. I don't have enough. We'd have to take a -9 to make all that happen. We'd have to take a -9. Nah, he just had strapping on his knee. That's normal for players to have strapping on. Yeah, it's pretty normal for players to have strapping on. Let's play around with some things. Let's play around. I mean, I don't hate that. I really don't hate that, you know. Rather than hold on to Rodriguez, we do that. I don't hate it. Would I rather have Wirtz or Rodriguez is the question, isn't it? Like, what did he play last game? 90 minutes. I don't hate it. I guess though it leaves me with like a double up position here, whereas at least with if we went with Rodriguez, we've still got like a captaincy. But you were looking at a -9 for Salah. Yeah, I was looking at a -9 for Salah. Or it could have been Yamal. We can phrase it whatever way we want, like a -9 for Yamal. I just think Yozabal's not that bad. I don't think he's going to be that bad. Surely he can't be that bad again. Surely not. I don't think he's terrible. I don't know why, but I don't think he's terrible. Let me have a look if we've had any teams sent in for review. By the way, if you are putting them in the Discord, make sure you are putting them in the FPL Tom stream section. Yeah, we've had some sent in. So, yeah, we're using the wildcard in Matchday 3. Purely because if he plays, like, it's a great fixture. It just is a great fixture. And Raphinha, penalty taker, everything like that under the sun. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, Abby, maybe. Let's have a play around. Let's have a play around. See what we can conjure up here. So that would have Rodriguez in, right? Where's he gone? That would give us that. I mean, then I'd have to go and pick up Yamal on the 12th man. I mean, I don't hate Yamal on the 12th man. Because we'd take out... I mean, we could just get rid of Vasquez, actually. Joel or Doze for a -9. Like, it's not bad, is it? That ain't bad. That ain't terrible for a -9. That ain't bad for a -9. I don't mind that. Yazabal to Kane worth a -3. I'm weighing up the same thing right now. I do just feel like a Yazabal is going to be a good shout. I just think he redeems himself. I do think he redeems himself. I get that. The problem is... Actually, no. There is a way we can actually work that out. There is a way we can work that out. The reason I want to keep... the reason I want to have Vinny in the team is because... Yeah, the reason I want to keep Vinicius in the team is because then we can get Elise on the 12th man. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I want to keep Vinicius in case Raphinha doesn't play the game. So yeah, there we go. There we go. What do we wreck, folks? That for a -9. Worth it or not worth it? It's a toughie. It is a toughie. But that way, at least we just whack Elise as the 12th man. And like, I was never going to captain Elise anyway, so that's fine. And we've got the budget to make all that happen. I genuinely think that is quite good for a -9. Yeah, I think that's quite good for a -9. Right, we've had some teams sent into the Discord for a bit now, so let me go ahead and take a look at some of these. 96 points round one, switched Haaland for Kane, and I wouldn't have switched goalkeepers for me personally, man. I just think that's a waste of one of your transfers. Yeah, goalkeeper transfers for me just aren't worth it. They're just not worth it, unfortunately. They're just not worth it. 12th man, Kane this week. Take a -6 to bring in the big boys. Got rid of Haaland, Wirtz, Musiala, and James for Enna Elise. I like that. I do. I like all the moves you've suggested there. Yeah. You know what? I do like that. I think that's pretty decent. I do think that is pretty decent. Yeah, I rate it. I would probably go for something similar. Jake has said, what do you think? Imana, sure. There he is, the cheap boy. A few interesting players in here, but at the same time, he's got lots of premium options to pick from. Messi, Kane, Bruno, Mbappe, Elise. Yeah, some absolutely mega soldiers in there. It's different, but it could absolutely slap any day of the week, that, Jake. Yeah, could slap that one. Is Salah a good shout? We have toyed around with Salah in our side. So yeah, I don't mind Salah. I don't think he's a bad shout. I do not mind Salah. I don't think he's a bad shout. You can definitely afford Valencia. He's a lot cheaper. He's at 5.9 million. Again, Chanoglu, probably not one I would consider. Not for me, anyway. If you're enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you are hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting subscribe. You like it because I've just built your team, basically. No, I do think it does hit a lot of good things, doesn't it? It's just a -9, isn't it? It just is a -9. That is the only downside, isn't it? It is a -9. That is the only problem. Might be one for the heads or tails, I reckon. No, I can lock my team in whenever I want. The deadline's not till 5. Do whatever I want. I can ponder my decisions. I probably would sell Reyerson. Yep, you get unlimited transfers ahead of the round of 32. FIFA app apparently is not working. Oh, goodness gracious me. This game, honestly, this game. What a game. It's working fine for me. I can get on it still. I can still get on it. Right. Let me heads or tails. Let's heads or tails this bad boy. Heads is the -9. Tails is the -3 option. Okay? What did I say? Heads is the -9. It's landed heads. It has landed heads, which is the -9 option. Do I want to take a -9? I'm still really unsure. I really am unsure. It's not that I'm not feeling a Vasquez clean sheet. It just allows me to go and get this team together. Oh. -9. Not a minus. We can't do a -9. We can't do a -9. Surely not. The coin has spoken. Damn the coin. The coin has been so crap all season. He really has. That damn coin. Do I still think Rodriguez is a good option? He's fine. He's fine. He's still got penalties and stuff. So you know what I mean? If he gets a penalty, like he's gonna do all right. He's gonna do all right. And he's still on for scouting bonus, right? He's gonna do it. He'll still be, yeah, he'll still get scouting bonus. He's actually getting more scouting bonus because people have taken him out. So yeah, he's still a fine option. I don't think the fixture's as good as we have initially first thought. And obviously only playing 72 minutes is a little bit of a concern. That's why I kind of liked keeping a Yazabal rather than the Rodriguez -9. Just because a Yazabal is probably going to play like decent minutes again. Matchday 3 will be the best time to use your wild card, in my opinion. probably would sell Verts. Yeah, probably would sell Verts. Do I want to sell a Yazabal? Purely for budgetary reasons. Henkape is still a great shout, by the way. I mean, Salah gives you another captaincy option, right? Because if you're going to go for Mbappe cap, it's another captaincy option to consider, isn't it? Oh, 12 man we're playing this week. 12 man we're playing this week. Max captain will play in the final or semi-final. I don't mind Theo Hernandez. Yeah, it looks good on for scouting bonus still. So yeah, he's not a bad buy. Where have you seen that? Where have you seen that? Send us that source in. Because I have not seen that anywhere. No worries, man. No worries. I feel like Kane as the 12th man is going to be a good play. Because I feel like by the time we get to Kane, we're going to want to have already used our captain. Okay? And I think we could get Rodriguez out. How much have we got in the bank? 8.9. I thought I had more than that. What did I do last time? Did I have like Elise? What did I do? I forgot what I did. So we had Elise. Oh, we dropped Kimmich down, didn't we? We dropped Kimmich down. I remember now. So we dropped Kimmich down to all these. I'm still pondering this Salah -9. Still pondering it. Still umming and ahhing whether or not to do it. The news on Raphinha we got a little bit earlier was around him potentially playing this game week. According to ESPN Brazil. Nothing concrete on that, but that's all we've got. They got their information wrong last time, so we're going to have to wait and see if they're right. But yeah, that's about all we've got. I'm trying to keep up to date with anything we do get. And yeah, try and keep you guys across it. Is that worth a -9, chat? Is that worth a -9? Ah, da da da. Not worth it, people are saying. We would have Kane as our 12th man, by the way. So Kane would be our 12th man. The Kane -9 draft is better. Is that only because we don't rate Oyarzabal at this point? I'm still uncertain about Yamal's minutes. I'm really unsure about Yamal's minutes. 9 points can easily be made back though. One of our scouting bonus defenders keeps it clean. That's a well, we've got all our back line is now scouting bonus defenders, isn't it? Every single one is a scouting bonus defender. I think you can undo the wild card unless you've made any transfers on it. I'm gonna ask Twitter. Twitter always has the answers, doesn't it? Right, where are we going? Where are we going? Enna Valencia. Salah. Joel or Dones? I'm not 100% sure. He's only at 1.8. I still think we're good, you know. I still think we're pretty good. By the way, I'm going to put this team up on Twitter. Let me know in the comments if you think this is going to be worth a -9. Oh, dear, dear, dear. There we go. Let me know in the chat. Oh. Messi or Haaland? Probably Messi. I mean, the projected goal numbers are not worth it. 12-man Kane -3 to get Vinny, or 12-man. I'm guessing that's without it. I'd probably go Hakimi on that one. Getting replies in already, so here we go. People put in no already. People put in no. Watch Salah bloody score like 8. Salah's definitely going to go and score like 8 goals now, isn't he? Oh, not sure then, mate. That's the problem with the FIFA website. They yeah, they can be a little bit crap at times ultimately. What about Raphinha? What about him? Kane, Ronaldo, Messi, or spend money on Yamal? I probably would look at Kane for me. Is there an app like there is normal FPL? Yeah, if you go to the FIFA app, there's a section called Play, and that'll let you do it. Enough with Salah. Did you use any tip? Yeah, I'm going to use my 12th man. Just not decided on who yet. Yeah, I do agree, but with scouting bonus and it being a nice fixture, honestly, I'm still unsure what to do. I'm really unsure what to do. I do think the -3 does look quite good. Um, the -3 still looks pretty decent, doesn't it? Yeah, the -3 is still quite good, isn't it? We can get Kane in. I don't think that's a bad -3. Get Kane as our 12th man. I think that's pretty decent. Salah 12th man. I would rather have Kane 12th man. I just think with Kane, we're going to be at a point where I probably will have ran through most of my captaincy options. So looking at the fixtures for match day 2, so we have Mexico overnight. So I've got one captain there in Vasquez. Brazil, so we've got 2 players gone there. Germany will have Kimmich. Ecuador will have Thingy. So how many will we have gone through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will have gone through 10 captains before we even get to Kane. So I think we should get a haul before it actually we need him. Because with this week we've got how many? Like actually 11 because I forgot about my Turkey goalkeeper as well. -3. There are still a few problem players in here that didn't have a great match day 1 ultimately in there. Like Rodriguez didn't have a great match day 1. So he's obviously not looking like a hot pick. Ozyozabal didn't have a great match day 1, but again, should probably play decent minutes. And if Yamal's only going to play like 60 or a half, there's still some pen share in there for Ozyozabal. I can't get Kane in here, unfortunately. So if we were to if we didn't go for Elise, I also then have nobody in the Spain game, if that makes sense. I then have nobody for the Spain game to give the captain to. And again, their projected goal numbers look ridiculous. I could just do a -6. I wasn't feeling great about like the Norway defense. It's not an easy fixture either. Same with the Mexico defense as well. Like I'm not feeling either of these guys like too hotly. Oh, mate, it is what it is, isn't it? Diaz is still like Diaz was always going to be a good pick, but I think with the scouting bonus and set piece share and stuff like that, you know what I mean? One open play return compared to a penalty return, like, and with the scouting bonus, would have put Rodriguez ahead. So I think we're always going to look for those players that have those more avenues to points. It doesn't mean that the other player isn't a good player, just sometimes, yeah, goes that way. He is quite attacking, to be fair, Abby. I just think Mexico didn't look bad in match day 1, did they? I don't think Mexico looked awful in match day 1. That's the only thing. How much have we got in the bank? I think we've got quite a bit. Yeah, we got 2.1 million. I could go and get who's under 5% for France. Dick. What am I doing? Uh, who have we got? Just show me defenders, please. Hernandez, potentially? Come on. What is this app doing? Unselect. Is Jules Koundé under? Oh, Jules Koundé's over. Upamecano, over. Lucas Hernandez. Where's the other one? 4.3, like, I don't hate it. I don't hate that. Upamecano's over the 5 now, so he doesn't qualify. But yeah, I don't hate that for like another minus. Watch Mexico keep a clean now. The problem is I lose a captaincy option because of that. I do lose a captaincy option. I don't think Due is anywhere near nailed. Yeah, I don't think he's personally anywhere near nailed. I guess the other one we could look at is Donan from Japan. Am I pronouncing that right? This guy? Ritus Doan. What did he play last game? 75 minutes. I guess he could be one we could look at. Gives me another captaincy option as well. Where did he play last game? He does play quite far forward. They do play with wing backs. And he did play quite far forward. 5 goals, 5 assists as well. I am liking the look of this guy. Can be dropped though, it seems. Can be out of the side. Minutes, like he gets one game, rested the next. That's the only problem I'm seeing with him. Could be a spicy pick. Yeah, I don't mind that. Doan on pens as well, someone said. That true? What was I looking for? Tom Hadley. Let's have a look. Who's the Japan penalty taker? Japan. Am I blind? JJ. Oh, there is some share of penalty there, isn't there? Maybe then. If we think he's going to start, he could be the spicy pick. He could be the spicy pick, couldn't he? Have you taken a 15-point hit? No, this is a -6. That's all that is. That's a -6 with a 12th man. I don't think that's too bad. FPL Cali, where are you at, mate? Where are you at? Did he do the Japan ones? I think he did. Let's have a look. Japan. Please tell me you did Japan, mate. Please tell me you did Japan. No, right. I need to find a Japan prediction lineup. I guess the other route would probably be looking at like. I mean, I don't mind Reece James, you know. I don't mind Reece James. I think he will play for England again. He will play, but again, there's always just that doubt, isn't there, with England? There is unfortunately just that bit of doubt. Vinny or Kane for 12-man pick. I probably would go Kane. I think Vinny is still a great option. I would probably want some Brazil coverage. Right, FPL Meerkat. Done the top 24. Hopefully Japan are in the top 24. I mean, there we go. Dohan is in there. Okay, Dohan is in there. Oh. Hmm. Why am I keeping James? We've tried to have a look at routes to maybe get him out, but yeah, there just doesn't seem to be a good one, does there? He's still a penalty taker for this side, so like there's still routes to points for him there. Doan is their captain, so will be there. Now is the case of do I... Is Vasquez or like it's the Norway or thingy one now, isn't it? That it comes down to. Who's got better clean sheet odds for this week? Let's have a look. What we got? So where are they? Mexico got a 42% probability of a clean sheet. That is quite good. That isn't terrible, you know. Japan 54, so a better clean sheet probability. We're in Norway. Norway down at 32. Yeah, I do just feel like I'm going to maybe switch things up. I think we're going to keep Vasquez. I think he's going to remain. And I think, unfortunately, our boy who got us 7 points is going to go. I think he's going to go, you know. Doan in, I think is what we're going to go for. No, I'm not using it. We're going to take a -6, I think. This is going to be a -6. Oh, God, what are we doing? I'd probably pick Udea. Yeah, probably would be the one. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, he was very attacking and obviously got the attacking return. Maybe that one could come back to bite me in the arse. But... maybe that one could come back to bite me in the arse. Who knows? We haven't played... we have 2 free transfers, don't we? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's only a -6. There you go. And then we'll 12th man with Harry Kane. Yeah, if you've got Kane, do 12th man Vinny, I think. I don't think I would be opposed to Salah as the 12th man. I don't hate that as an option. I really don't. Yeah, I really don't. The only other player that I am thinking about... can I afford him? I think I can, you know. Like, I don't even hate that. I know he doesn't have scouting bonus, but he still is an absolute beast, isn't he? He is an absolute beast. He just doesn't have scouting bonus. What's he at for projections for this week? Just is that scouting bonus that's going to push people up, obviously, isn't it? Should I do a -3 Kane to Haaland? Yeah, I probably would. Oh my god, this stream is literally like, I've just gone back and forth on like a million different ideas, haven't I? Million different ideas have come into my head. Any reason I've gone with Messi? I just think there's better projected goals. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Or we could just look at like Odo's, but I guess that's Doan gives us another fucking captaincy option, doesn't he? Oh mate, I'm so confused what to do. He does just give us another captaincy option, and he is very attacking and only 1% owned. Then I guess we've got to decide who we want 12 man. I'm feeling Kane. I am feeling Kane. Odo's is also a pretty good shout, isn't he? I'm just trying to figure out like what to do with James. I don't know if there's anybody that I'm like missing out on really. Like another Ecuadorian player, but like a Yebo maybe. Maybe Yebo works his way into here again. Like because they are ass cheeks or Curacao. They are just bad. What's his numbers for this season? How do I spell his name? B-O. John Yebo. In Serie B, 10 goals, 9 assists. Fair. 2 assists. His minutes are a bit wild, though, for the international side. Scored against Morocco in a friendly. I mean, we're yeah, Congo did play quite well. Congo did play quite well. Yeah, the deadline is at 5 o'clock, so we've still got like another hour of me trying to figure out what I want to do. We've got another hour of that. Who's the best 12 man? It's all very much team dependent. If you can get a route to Kane, then Kane. Yamal, Vinny, Elise, and Mbappe, like it all is team dependent, right? Yeah, I'm gonna wildcard next week. I do just think we hold on to him. I do just think we hold on and give James another week. He still is a penalty taker for this side, isn't he? Nice. Love that, Abby. Yeah, that -9 did look pretty decent, to be fair. That -9 did look pretty decent. I'll give you that. What are you thinking to the -6 at the moment on screen? Let me know. Why are some of your players locked transferred in? I can afford. What? Maybe try and reword that thing because it just doesn't make sense a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Is it worth taking a hit for Enna Valencia to Embolo? No. No, we're not. We're not. We're sticking with James. Well, I think we're going to stick with James. I've got the -3 here. So Enna Valencia from Haaland, Vinicius, Elise. That is the -3. We're just trying to weigh up if we're going to go Doan. Yeah, we're just trying to weigh up if we want to go Doan now. That's the final decision we've got to weigh up. If we want Doan or we're going to stick with Wolf. Hernandez for Doan. The problem with Hernandez is Doan gives me another captaincy option. That's for Wolfer. We looked at the clean sheet odds and Mexico are at 42%. So I don't think that's terrible. Yeah, I don't think that's terrible. Oyazabal isn't bad. Like, he's not a bad player and he gives me coverage for the Spain game. That's why we've still got Oyazabal. He was awful. He was awful. I will give you that. But I'm not sure Yamal plays above 60. So it means he still has some sort of pen share. 2 hits for Vinny. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. 102 in the first round. Whoop, whoop. Nice. FPL Cali or FPL Meerkat will have you covered for predictions as well. Yeah, I'm going to be wildcarding in Matchday 3. Who says Oyazabal starts? Valid, but I think he will. I think he'll start again. I said this earlier in the stream, and feel free to disagree with me or anything, or agree with me. You're going to agree with me when I've made my points. I think clean sheets were so unpredictable in the first match day because of a few factors: heat, altitude, teams underestimating each other, and what was the other one? Yeah, just teams underestimating each other, and also some teams where the scouting, like they clearly didn't do the right scouting and know who were going to be the key players. I feel like now everybody has seen everybody play. You know what to expect from certain sides. So, for example, I imagine South Africa have been preparing very heavily to deal with a set piece orientated Czech Republic side, right? There'll be all the teams now will have seen each other play, trying to see where the best systems are and stuff like that. So I think for me, I think we might actually see more clean sheets this week. I'm on my own team. Sorry, I see a lock icon next to 2 names, but I'm trying to transfer them in, but I can't afford them. No idea why. If you know, please share. I mean, if you can't afford them, you can afford them. You have too many players from one squad. That's the only thing I could think of if they've got a lock against them, or you don't have a free position like available to put that player in. For example, if they're a midfielder and you need a defender, that's the only thing I could think of. Japan are... Let's get it up. We're Japan. Japan are at 54% probability of a clean sheet. So, like, they're not even far off Ecuador. Like, it's very good, isn't it? Belgium are the exact same, 54. Uruguay, 54. They're above Morocco. Like, I was looking at Hakimi as well. They're above Morocco, above USA, above Switzerland for this week as well. Above the Czech Republic, like pretty close to Canada as well. So, yeah, I think they're not... Like, they're pretty good defensive odds, I think. If you're looking for cheap defenders, I would look at Ecuador. I would look at Canada. They've got some great value pickups. How do I like the rules? I mean, I like the rules. I think they're fun for a little bit of something. Oh yeah, they're still probably going to be random, but that could be the same for anything. I could just go for the Ecuador defender. Again, my thought process is captaincy. It gives me an extra captain to have a stab at. And Dohan could go big. Dohan could go very, very big. You know what I mean? He could go fairly big. He's quite attacking, isn't he? My 12th man will be Kane. I think my 12th man will be Kane. That is the only reason I'm currently going Dohan ahead of the Ecuador defender, purely for another captaincy shout. If he gets a goal and a clean sheet, like, we could be absolutely laughing. You know what I mean? People are saying he will start right wing with Kubo injured. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm liking the sound of that. Is Kubo actually injured? Is there unlimited budget for the 12 man? Yes, there is. I'm not tempted by a keeper change. No. I think someone posted it earlier. Like, the keeper changes, like, there was very few keepers that scored well this week. They've just got very limited routes to points, haven't they? They have very limited routes to points. So yeah. We looked at Theo Hernandez, and I don't mind Theo. Again, it's just a little bit of doubt in my mind about rotation. If you're enjoying today's stream, by the way, guys, we're up to close to 250 likes. So if you're enjoying it, make sure you're hitting that that like button. Yes, this is my team on screen right now. Yeah. I've just been tagged in a tweet. No idea of the reliability of this guy. Obviously, with Premier League stuff, we know the reliability. But I'm going to put it in here. Here we go, guys. Can you see this? Oh, you can't really see it. That's the problem. What's the best way for me to do this? Let me retweet it. There we go. Right, there we go. So Justin, chances are growing for Lamine Yamal to start versus Saudi. He is expected to play around 45 minutes as nobody wants to take a risk due to the possibility of a relapse. So I think that, for me, probably would be enough to put me off going for Yamal. Probably enough to put me off going Yamal, you know. Yeah, I think that would probably be enough, you know. Like I said, I think I'm going to go Kane on the 12th man. just brought him in. I mean, this could be BS, Abby. I mean, we need to probably have a little bit of a verify of that source. Like, I don't know how reliable this guy is, but I saw that he had like close to 250,000 followers. So yeah, is Yamal to Salah worth a -3 hit? No. But yeah, that's the news we've got on Yamal at the moment, guys. Chances are growing for Yamal to start, but only expected to play around 45 minutes. Yeah, Raphinha's had blisters on his feet, and has been separate and doing his own training. That is all. That's the most recent news we've got. There was also an ESPN Brazil that had him in. However, FPL Cali, who's been doing some of the predictions, said basically like ESPN got a lot of them wrong last time. So again, I'm not 100% sure how good they're going to be. Oh, Abby. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I just literally got tagged in it. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. Again, not 100% sure how reliable this is, but we'll find out, I guess. Yeah. We'll find out, I guess. Cool, back to my my stresses. There we go. Should I keep Moller Wolfer? He's fine. Like, don't get me wrong. He's very, very attacking and could very easily get an attack in return. I just think Senegal didn't look that bad going forward. Norway at the back looks very shaky. So that's why I'm taking the risk. I'm taking the risk for an attacking fullback. Yeah, 100%, Abby. He could definitely return in 45 minutes. It's still a nice fixture. Darwin Núñez, again, there's probably better forwards out there. Messi is a good shout for this game week if you want to consider him. Bruno out to Elise. I definitely would not be getting rid of Bruno Fernandes. He is not a player I would personally want to get rid of. Would you bench Mbappe and Rodriguez? Depends who plays first within my team, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't mind that for a -3 with some doubts around him playing. Valencia is the penalty taker and also their main goal threat for me. Am I completely ruling out the -9 for Salah? It's still there in the back of my mind, isn't it? It still is a tempting offer. I think we are probably going to rule it out. Yeah. Yeah, we're probably going to rule it out. We have just hit 31,000 subscribers, by the way. Thank you very much. Obviously, last week we hit 30K. We just hit 31K. The growth is insane on the channel right now. So if you are enjoying content, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting subscribe. And let's just see where we can get this channel up to ultimately. Yeah, I don't mind Salah. I don't mind Salah. We spoke about him, and he was floating around in the team for a -9 for a little bit. I know Tunisia have a new head coach, but even still, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm still not feeling it. Can I provide an Arabic translation? No, I cannot. No, I cannot. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Raphinha should start, yeah. I'm feeling more confident in Raphinha starting. Um, what do we do? What do we do? Heads we go Dohan, tails we don't. Tails we don't. Tails we don't. Clean sheet odds don't favour Japan. Are you all right in the head? They're 54% probability of a clean sheet. I mean, it did just come out that we shouldn't be taking him out according to the coin, but I do the opposite of what the coin says now, ultimately. I don't mind Messi yet. Not a bad option. Do we just lock in? Do we just lock in? Or do we get the -9 back out? Do we look at that -9 again? Briel Mbolo is a good forward for about 8 million. Or do we look at the -9 again? And the -9 is creeping back into my vocabulary, if you ask me. I can't remember exactly. I think we had to drop Kimmich, right? Kimmich was the one I had to drop to make all this work. Yeah, we had to drop Kimmich. Nah, just... Or is it just the -3? We just play with low clean sheet odds and hope he gets another goal involvement. I do fancy a bit of Doan, though. Harry Maguire under 0%. Oh, dear. Am I settled? Probably not. I think the -3 bit is settled. I think the last bit is like the Doan. Just lock in already. I swear you were back here earlier. I swear you were here earlier. Yeah, his minutes were a bit pants, weren't they? But It's one of those, innit? It's one of those where we might not even need him at some point. He's on penalties still, though. He's on penalties. Yeah, we're going to use the 12th man. We're going to use the 12th man. People need me to lock in so they can copy me. Anyway, they need me to lock in so they can copy my -6 strategy and then complain when Doan doesn't get a clean. Everyone's asking who my 12th man is as well. Took a -9. Good luck, mate. Yeah, best of luck, guys. Yeah, some people will have seen the Salah one and be like, oh, I want to go for the Salah one. No. Not today, my friend. Not today. Nope, not playing my wild card. Not playing my wild card. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm playing my 12th man. 12th man's going to be on Kane. Yeah, 12th man will be on Harry Kane. It was purely budgetary reasons. Yeah. The reason I've gone Doan is to give me an extra captaincy shout. Yamal, we had something on Yamal. Let me get my Twitter up. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Where are we? There's the tweet that we've had regarding Yamal. Justin, chances are growing for Yamal to start versus Saudi. He is expected to play around 45 minutes as nobody wants to take a risk due to the possible of a relapse in terms of his injury. So looking likely for 45 minutes of Yamal ball is what we're expecting. Yeah, 45 minutes worth of Yamal ball is what we can probably expect. Please do not spam in the chat or you will be ejected. Yeah. Bye-bye. Like I said, guys, we'll try and get around to as many people's questions as possible. I feel like I've answered who my 12th man's going to be. It's going to be Harry Kane, so yeah. You guys know. No, probably not. Yeah, I think it's got to be Kane. I think with the Yamal doubts, I think it makes Kane the obvious pick, right? I mean, Ngoy for the price he is at 3.7 million is pretty cheap, right? He is very, very cheap. You may now leave the big brother house. Apparently, yeah. Looking at some of the lineups I've seen online, he is going to be playing quite far forward, is Dewan, apparently. This one has him part of a front three with Kubu. So yeah. I'm obviously trying to find like more predicted lineups as we go, but yeah, it's looking likely that he is going to play quite far forward, which I like the look of. Teams are definitely going to be rotating in match day 3. So for me personally, I probably would be. That's why I'm going to wild card. I think that's just the best bet ultimately. What have we got in terms of the Brazil lineup? Let me have a look for you. Probably Danilo. Yeah, I'll probably go Danilo. Probably go Danilo. Dun, 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 dun. Probably more likely Salah with the reports that Yamal's only going to get about 45. Yeah. Any Raphinha news? Nothing as of yet. We had something from NBC, but that was about it. That's all we've got, unfortunately. Nothing else really to work with. Yeah, I'm going to be playing my 12th man this round. Going to be playing the 12th man. I need to find this Japan lineup. So many lineups on this website. Spain, Morocco, Mexico, Netherlands, Norway, New Zealand. Oh my days. Where is this? I'm just trying to find the Japan lineup, and it is so hard. Who the hell is ringing me? Yeah, we're not answering that. Doan's back there. Okay, so Doan is in. So all the lineups I have seen do have Doan in. When a transfers close, they will be closed at 5:30. I probably would look at Yebo from Ecuador. Could be an explosive asset this week. I mean, I think Turkey again. Like people are probably making all their assumptions off just one game. Like they're going, "Oh, this team's bad. This team's awful." Like Turkey, I think are a prime example of that. So yeah. Not at 5:30, just 5. Sorry, yeah. We've been going that long, Abby. My mind is starting to rot. Probably would go Danilo. Yeah, deadline is at 5. I'll probably lock in mine at 5:30, I reckon. I think it was ultimately just whether or not we want to go with Doan or do we want to stick with Wolf. Yeah, Vasquez will be, I think, the first player I have play. Yeah, I think he's the first captain I have play, right? Uh, mm, yeah. Yeah, he's our first captain we have play. Then our next captain is Brazil. Then we have some Germans, Ecuadorians. Oh, waking up. Oh, I'm going to get absolutely battered for that, by the way. I'm sharing a hotel with someone, and I'm going to have to wake up at 4 in the morning, potentially 5 in the morning, to change my captain to a Japanese player. They are going to love me. Oh, they're going to love me. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Yeah, he was all right. He was all right. He was very attacking, and he got his obviously attacking return. The problem is Senegal look quite good going forward against France. They need to go and win that game now. Norway defensively left a lot to be desired, and their clean sheet odds have been coming down. I think they're at around like 29% chance of a clean sheet now as well. So it's just not ideal, is it really? Not ideal. Oh mate, I'm going to I'll be at Park Life this weekend, and I'm sharing a hotel room with someone. So they're gonna like I'm gonna wake up at like probably 5 minutes to 5, and they're gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm gonna have to like time it, I reckon. I genuinely don't think I can like do it any other way because we'll have Ecuador players play before that. Oh my god. They're gonna love me. Maybe that's a sign I shouldn't go for Doan so I don't have to wake up and change my captain. I think you'll be fine with Vargas. I probably wouldn't take a -3 for a goalkeeper. I just don't think it's gonna be worth it. What do I think about Nico O'Reilly? Yeah, he looks decent. He does look decent. The only thing I would say is England's clean sheet odds are good, but again, I'm not really feeling our defenders. I think we could rotate. We could very easily rotate. Mm, 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 mm. Wake up when others won't. Yeah, I think we're gonna take the -6. I'm feeling pretty confident in it. Yeah. Join me in the Doan hype train. Yes, get on board. Yeah, so you could join us on the Doan hype train if you wanted to. Decent fixture for Japan this week, especially if you're going to wildcard next week. Otherwise, you could maybe look at a Hernandez from France. Again, also qualifies for the scouting bonus. Who else have we got in there? Let me just set this to defenders. So yeah, we got the Ecuador guys as well, or those could also be a decent shout. Theo Hernandez. Upper McConnor no longer qualifies for it, so probably not. Or you're looking at some cheap Canadian defenders as well. They're probably the other ones you would go for. Oh, if I wake up at 5 and he's not starting, and my head will be on Mars. Doan's going above 5 with all the copycats now. Avi, it's gonna happen. What's his ownership? I've not seen anybody talk about Doan online, by the way. So I'm the only one who's got him, and he's at 1%. We'll see what he ends up at when I bring him in. I'm playing the 12 man, so it'll be a 12 man with a -6. Is a -15 too much? I probably would say so, yeah. That feels like the point where you're probably verging more on a wild card. Yamal, we've seen the tweet from Yamal about him only playing about 45 minutes. That's to be expected. He's meant to start, but around only 45 minutes. So yeah, that's all we've got on that one. Yeah, hopefully we can get some scouting bonus clean sheets this week. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I do feel like if we get like I got 92 week 1, okay? And I do feel like we were very close to getting some scouting bonus clean sheets. Now, I feel if we'd have got a couple of those across the line, very easily could have broke into the hundreds. And then we probably would have as well been looking at, being one of the top players that hasn't played a 12th man. I was looking at my mini leagues and the guys that are top are either somehow have got like Mbappe, Haaland, Messi as their front three and like Diaz, like something random like that, or they played the 12th man. So someone I saw had Havertz. Who else did they have? Havertz. They had double Spanish defense. They had 12th man Haaland. No, 12th man Messi, Haaland, and Mbappe as a front line. That's the guy who's like top of the work league. Absolutely killing it. But I do just feel if we had a couple of those scouting bonus clean sheets that had come in, we'd have been very close without playing any chips. Oh no. What has Gianni had to say about Doan? Yeah, and Goy looks pretty nailed. Yeah, he looks pretty nailed. From everything I've seen online, yeah, I'd probably say that he should be playing the next game. What has Gianni just said about my boy Doan? Yeah, I don't mind it. And if you do look at some of the models, Salah is quite high for projected points this week. So yeah, could be maybe one to consider. Could be maybe one to consider. He hasn't got Doan in, has he? He's keeping his striker questioned as well. Okay, all right. Probably would be looking at like Briel and Bolo. I think he's a good bet for a striker this week if you're looking for one. If you've got the budget as well. Yeah, loads of people are keeping their wild card till match day free. It just is the best week for it. It really is just the best week for it. Do we lock this in? It's past. Let's lock it in. -6, ladies and gentlemen, has been done. We now just need to activate the 12th man. And we need to go and pick up Harry Kane. There we go. Let's just make sure we've got everybody in who plays first. And Valencia needs to come in for... Oh, I've got to bench Mbappe. Whoops. All right. And Vasquez is my captain. When do France play, actually? 10 o'clock at night on the Monday. Cool. Okay, we've got loads of time to bring him in then. Cool. There we go. Locked in for a -6. There we go. -6. Locked in. Boom. Doan. You cannot captain your 12th man. They don't contribute to any budget either. Yeah. There you go. Minuses in this game, I've spoke about it a few times. Minuses in this game are number one, -3, so it's less of a minus. There's more additional routes to points. There's more one-sided fixtures. Yeah. It is a ladies' shirt. How did you know? I love ladies' clothing. Nope, you don't have to own the 12th man. You just pick them afterwards. I got rid of my Norway defender for Doan. Now we get to see everybody buy Doan, who has copied my team. Should have taken like a -46, shouldn't I? And seeing if the idiots would have followed me. What rank am I? Where rank am I? 215 world. Sorry, I'm just putting the tweet out, and then we'll answer some questions. 215k. How do you do the 12th man? If you go to your team picks and not in the transfer bit, you'll have like a bit here. Like we can put Kane back in. And it will say apply booster and you click 12th man and then you pick the player. There you go. Nope. I don't need to captain Raphinha. My first captain is Vasquez from Mexico. As you can see here, he plays tonight at 2 in the morning, my time. Brazil don't play till tomorrow night, technically. Going into Saturday morning, so Friday, yeah. So we're fine. I don't mind Messi as a 12th man. How do you change your captain? You just click on a player that is yet to play, and then you just go for it. You cannot captain a 12th man. Cannot captain a 12th man. Personally, mate, I would go Mbappe over Kane for the 12th man if I had to pick one. Haaland just, again, the fixture just isn't there for Norway. I think they've got like 1.32 projected goals. Ecuador are like at 2.88. Vinny and Brazil are at like 3.16. And Elise in France, again, they're around like 3 as well. So it's worth going for these guys as well. No worries. You're all good, man. Hope you're doing well today. Haaland to Kane or Messi for a hit. I probably would go Kane. Yeah, I probably would go Kane. Yeah, I've got to sub them onto the pitch if I want to captain them. For wildcard, which players would I say are a must? If Messi's going to play, Messi will be a great shout. I would be looking at Bosnia players. I would be looking at Congo players. I'd be looking at some Moroccans if they need a result. Who else off the top of my head am I? Let me have a look. Who else has got good fixtures? All depends really, doesn't it, on results and stuff. Belgium, if they need something. Senegal, Mane. You've obviously got Nicholas Jackson, some cheap defenders there. Brazil have a good fixture against Scotland if they need, again, anything out of that game. Could be a decent one. The Netherlands have the Tunisia, so again, any rotated Netherlands players could also be a decent shout. Yeah, those probably be the ones I would look at. I probably would. I think I would. I think it could be worth the minus. Have Kane as a captaincy option. I think it could be worth it. Elise might come off early. He very easily might come off early, but he's still a very good pick. And even in reduced minutes, probably maybe 60, 70, he could still get a very, decent amount of attacking returns. Rather go Kane as the 12th man. Why no Yamal? He's only expected to play about 45 minutes. So yeah, that's why we've not gone for Yamal. Hopefully that clears things up for you. Is Raphinha fit? Again, we're not 100% sure on that one. Looking likely that he is going to be in the starting 11, but again, we're going to have to wait and see on that one. Mbappe or Enner Valencia is the 12th man. I'd rather have Mbappe in my starting 11, but if that's not possible and the 12th man is the only way to get him in, then I'd go for the 12th man option. I probably would look at Messi, Salah, or Vinny ahead of Yamal, in my personal opinion. I honestly believe all of them could be great options. Hopefully, Dest can be a haul. Australia were not convincing defensively, and Dest on the right wing. Yeah, he did look quite good, to be fair. Scouting bonus is the reason that everyone's picking cheap goalkeepers. Because if they keep a clean, it's a 9-pointer. How many hits did I take? I took 2. 2 hits, so -6. Fair, fair. I think he could be a defender that could still go off, and maybe I could have my pants down. So yeah, look, he could still do the business, couldn't he? He could still do the business. Oh, it's hot today. It is hot in my room. I've needed a wee since about 2 o'clock. It's been a long old stream. It's been a long old stream, ladies and gentlemen. Sarabia doesn't look bad. Yeah. Would you do Oyozabal, Wirtz, and Sabitzer to Valencia? I'm not. Again, I'm not 100% convinced. If Yamal's out, I still want some coverage for that Spain game. So that's probably why I would look to maybe move away, like not move away from Oyozabal. But I do like the moves you have suggested there. Stanisic looks okay. Yeah, don't mind that one. Kane as Messi as the 12th man. I personally would go Kane. England have just better projected goal numbers. What's the thoughts behind Doan? Two models that I'm kind of using to help, obviously look at predictions and minutes and stuff like that. Both have him very, very high. Japan's clean sheet numbers are also very good. Very attacking fullback, 10 goal involvements this season as well. Under 5% to qualify for scouting bonus. And again, just gives me another captaincy option. I feel like the other alternatives I were looking at was maybe having a look at a potential look at an Ecuador defender. But again, gives me one less captaincy opportunity because I've already got Enner Valencia, who I will be giving the armband to for that game. So yeah, there you go. Probably go Yebo. I do just think this fixture is the best one. I probably would keep either Rodriguez or Wirtz. Which two would you pick from Elise, Vinny, and Salah? Elise and Vinny. Already have Bruno and Raphinha. Yeah, I'd still go for that. Holland or Vinny? I'd go Vinny. Rodriguez to Diaz. I don't think the Colombia fixture is just that great this week. Yeah, I just don't think it's that great that I would probably do it. Wirtz to Diaz for a -9. Again, Germany have better projected goal numbers, so probably a little bit down on that one. Would you take Doan in for Lorente for a -3 hit? No. No, I would not. Elise for Musiala for a -3. That's more like it. Vinny 12 man. Yeah, I think Vinny's a good shout. Worth a -3 Vidma to another defender. Yeah, I probably would. I probably would. If he plays, that's great, but again, there's some doubts, isn't there, around it? Would you rather have Vinny as your 12th man or Kane? Probably Vinny. I think the Brazil fixture just has to be targeted. Both good picks. Douglas Santos and Goy, both good picks for this week. Vinny or Messi, again, I think you've just got to target that Brazil fixture. It could be a cricket score. I think you go Vinny, right? I wouldn't personally do a goalkeeper transfer for a -3. I would just stick it out. Goalkeeper returns are also just very sparse. Nyland still qualifies for scouting bonus as well. So, like, he could just save a penalty or make plenty of saves and come away with a decent score. Again, I probably would go for 12-man Elise. I just think the projected goal numbers are very good. Mbappe versus Haaland. Mbappe wins. Yeah, Mbappe just wins. I have Vinny, Mbappe, and Elise. Very nice. Cookable. Yeah, but that's Scotland. That is Scotland, unfortunately, and Scotland are poo. Yeah, I probably would do that. Would rather probably have Bellingham this week. Probably have Enna Valencia. Nah, again, like I said, goalkeeper returns have been very sparse already in this game. They're just not worth taking minuses for. Stick with the goalkeepers you've got. They still qualify for scouting bonuses. One of them might keep a daft clean sheet or do something wild like a penalty save or something like that. So, yeah, not worth it in my opinion. DQ questions coming in, guys. Anything you want to know ahead of the deadline? Obviously, closes in 10 minutes. And yeah, we'll see where we're at after that. Thank you very much for your support, by the way, on today's stream. And again, in general, the week has been incredible. Another video hitting 20k views. Unreal. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, I honestly can't thank you guys enough for that one. Yeah, really is appreciated as always. Up to 31k subscribers now on the channel. I've got it on my notes. Like I've got like a set of goals here right next to me every time I stream. I can look at it. 50k's on there by the end of the year. I don't think it's out of the possibility, like the realms of a possibility that we could hit 50k. So if you are enjoying the content, you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit like, you know the drill. Like I said, I'm very grateful for you all though. Very grateful indeed. How do I change my 12-man? If you click the little button, you can see like there's a little minus next to him. If you click that, it will change it for you. All right. Hopefully that clears it up for you. Captain Creepoo. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. No worries. The only thing I think I would do with goalkeeper transfers is if I'm looking to make obviously like the budget up. If I need it for budgetary reasons, then that is where I probably would say, yeah, it's probably worth it. Other than that, probably not going to be worth it in my opinion. Or if you've got a non-playing goalkeeper, could also be worth it. But again, I'd still probably be hesitant to make the move. Yeah, you have to do it in the team selection, not in the transfer section. Has to be in the team selection bit. Musiala or Diaz. I think I'll probably still stick with Musiala. Kane or Vinny is the 12th man. Vinny. Yeah, he didn't look good last night, but again, like none of the midfielders I really wanted to get in. Like there was only the -9 route to get him out. I was just like, it's not going to be worth a -9. So we're going to stick with him. He's still got penalties, still got set piece share. So yeah. Is Igor Thiago shout? No, there's some doubts. Gordon, Rashford, Wirtz, Doué, choose one. I probably would go Doué. I honestly don't know if Gordon or Rashford are going to start. I don't know which way you would go with it. I've taken a -6. -6 this week. Doku to Vinny gives me Brazil triple up front. Nice. Who's the other attacker you've got? It is, but the reason I've gone with Vinny in my team and not as my 12th man is because we're still unsure about Raphinha and whether or not he will like 100% play. Yeah, Yazabal was disappointing in match day 1, but I've seen him play in the Euros. He was very good. On his day, he can be brilliant. So I think, rather than just look at like a 1 week player, we try and mix things up a little bit. I went no minus. Kane in, Ecuador defender in, Vinny 12th man. Was not worth a -9 to bring in Elise. Fair enough, yeah. Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, the max captain applies to whoever has the most points. That's all it does. It's not a triple captain or anything like that. Just goes to the player with the most points. Simple as that. There you go. Thoughts on Marmouche? I just think there are better forwards to look at this week. Just think there are better forwards to look at this week. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up. I am absolutely knackered. We've nearly done, 4 hours of streaming? Yeah, I'm absolutely dead on my feet. So we're going to call it a day. We're going to wrap things up. Thank you very much for everybody being in today's stream. Really do appreciate it as always. Best of luck this match day. Hopefully we can get some big juicy returns and the 12th man can cook. And I'll see you for match day 3.